disappointing to me, and it's sad, but at the same time, you know, just, once again, all the detractors, they said this was gonna happen, and they were right.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself right now?
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him.
Oh, fuck all that noise. Get you a bottle of gin from Total Wine. Fire up your TV. Drink your gin. Drink your gin. Consequences have actions, Pep. Here's what you gotta do. Drink your gin. Drink a Pepsi later on. Play your fucking WB champions. Consequences have actions, Pep.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself right now?
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him. Stop being a fucking victim. You fucking bitch. You fucking asshole. Own your shit. Own your shit. Own it. Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Bitch. Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Bitch. Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself, bitch?
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him. You're still on mission 1. No, I'm not gonna let you lie. I know you're lying. I'm gonna pick on you. I know you're lying. Being dishonest and begging for money and people wanting justice. He is not a real person. He is not genuine. He is not honest. He's a scammer. I just see a scammer.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. I just see a scammer. Begging. Like, we totally fucked him. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. I understand everything now. I know why there's this hate wave on him, and it's been on him for years. It's because of this bullshit.
American Mall.
Why do I say I'm not a children's entertainer? Because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer.
Big ups to your dad. I eat banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I eat banana, tasty banana. Please don't peel it, comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera.
I eat banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I eat banana, tasty banana. Please don't peel it, comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. I eat banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I eat banana, tasty banana. Please don't peel it, comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vestry for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight.
And you know what this reminds me of? When I worked at the helicopter company, helicopter support. It 1,000,000% reminds me of that. American ball. Oh, band. Gone forever. Band. Gone forever. Band. Gone forever. Band. I work for a major company, a helicopter company. It's called Aftermarket Support for Helicopters. Okay? They're flying around. Things are breaking down. Parts are wearing out. We're a one-stop shop for helicopters. So I was told, we see potential for you. You're better than just working customer support. Revamp the business from ground up. You can map it out and find bottlenecks and find shortcomings and find helicopters so that our company runs more efficiently. Okay? So I busted my ass. I worked my ass off. I did double work, never got paid for it. And you say, oh, it's part of the process, man. It's just part of corporate America. Fuck you. Band. Gone forever. Band. Gone forever. Band. Gone forever. Band. It happened to me. Fuck you. Why don't you listen to me? You don't know shit. It happened to me. So shut the fuck up. Why don't you listen to me? Because no one cares. It happened to me. Fuck you. Why don't you listen to me? You don't know shit. It happened to me.
That being said.
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 Hello. This is Phil Burnell. All right. And just wanted to tell you that I love the podcast. That being said, big ups. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. ALT Insider, the legend. Fantastic Mr. Sam, the dentist. Speak to the dead, psychological style host. Meerkat, artistic style host. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, which vest is podcast best?
I can't believe Meerkat is going to leave like that. It's hilarious, but no one's going to know except us. But awesome. All the legends around me, we don't do intros anymore. Logical style, Wizard of Oz style, ALT style. That's it. Meerkat's, yeah, he said he's really busy at work. Wishes he could be here, but he's not here today. We'll see if he's here on Sunday. Really busy at work. That's why I didn't stream his own stream today, too. But we're going to keep it hype. I promise you, we've got so much stuff to play for you. So much hype stuff and so much stuff to unpack here in the world. Before we get started, boys, we do need to issue an apology. I don't know if you guys know this. We have to apologize. We have to apologize to someone named Big Guy. I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you why we need to apologize to Big Guy. Big Guy dropped a video. Scathing. But I understand it. We perpetuated the idea that DSP was spending hundreds at PetSmart. But Big Guy knew. Big Guy read through DSP's lies. And he went through the actual bank leaks. DSP never spent hundreds at PetSmart. He spent literally amounts that are in line with a single pet. Steve and Sam as pet owners, it's easy to spend $30 at PetSmart.
Yeah.
It's easy to spend $50 at PetSmart. And I mean, that's what Phil was doing. So that's another lie that Phil has just decided to run with that is actually just not true at all.
Yeah.
In the long list we have now.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I now
no longer believe that he's addicted to mobile games, and the whole thing's just. But no, yes, yeah, we should check before we say things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Big guy, once we get our 1 million subscribers, we're hiring you as the fact checker. So before we say anything, we run it through Big Guy. He sends it back, and then we're ready to roll. Sorry about that, Big Guy. Please go follow Big Guy. He is drop. You remember he used to drop those messages? He still does. Yeah. He has a channel now where he does that, and I love every one of them. He thinks about stuff, and he just finds stuff that, like, it's just easy to miss. There's so much stuff going on. It's easy to miss stuff. And another one, boys, would start today's talk with is in the middle of the interview. I didn't really recognize this. I'm sure some of you out there listening did. Maybe you guys did. Was DSP said, "What's the 5,000? I don't know anything about this 5,000. What is it? I don't know what the stuff is." But then, less than 20 minutes later, he says, "I went through everything line by line."
With the bankruptcy attorney.
With the bankruptcy person.
With the judge.
Yeah, with the judge. So kind of, which one is it, right? Is it that you went through line by line and know everything? Or, it's incredible. I guess we should talk about, did you hear about the side scrollers? By the way, side scrollers, total simp here, forever side scrollers. Did you hear what they talked about today, boys?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay, Sam, share the news.
Quick listen. So they had a couple of guests on. I don't know, what are we talking about specifically? Because they have gone into mobile game addiction with one of the guests who's apparently owned up to spending.
I didn't hear
that. One of them just kind of casually sort of owned up to spending like $3,000 on a Facebook game, and he just he's just kind of forthright with it and didn't make a big deal out of it. Just kind of said it, and Adam just said kind of. To the camera, that's how you do it, guys, kind of thing. But no, there was another little thing, wasn't there? And you're probably better off because I've completely forgotten what the other thing was.
I just heard the other guy. I watched Duty's, by the way, our guest on Sunday is Duty Streams with his 10,000 subscriber celebration he had last night. We're having a bonus celebration on our show. So stay tuned for that. It's a bonus celebration. Also, we're having the Dark Seed of Phil art contest completion on Sunday. We've got a packed show on Sunday. It's going to be hype. But yeah, I saw Duty's video. The guy was saying, like, he didn't know anything about DSP, went in there, and it's like, all you see is just lie after lie after lie, digging and digging. And I like the point where Craig made. You can see Adam kind of would like shut down when he's just like, lie. Oh my God, we're still going with this. Is this really it? That's my favorite part. I mean, there's so many favorite parts, but I love when they're like, "This is what you're going with. This is the story, sir." Okay, I love those moments.
You have never seen a more giving interview than that. They gave him so many opportunities to go. Actually, yeah, you're right. Actually, no, I'd better not go with this. They gave him so many opportunities to think about what he was saying, and he was still like, "No, it's my story. I'm sticking with
it." You're right. They kept like, "All right, man, now's the time." You wanted this to be the ones. I remember Phil said that so proudly. I'm going to have one place to send everybody. How many people is he sending there now? He's not sending anybody there. Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, he just goes to show kind of how ill-equipped he was from the outset. Really, he went in, like I said on Sunday. Went in thinking it was going to be one thing, and he was completely blindsided. And then anytime it got tough, you got either like Adam said today, you got the runaround, you got everything but the answer to the question, or you got, I'll have to go and think about that, and
you got the list.
Or the list, of course, yes.
Get up and get me lists. Don't want to do this, but
I saw that just a little while ago. I watched that bit back again, and it's so painful, especially when he puts it back. It's like, I didn't want to do this, but let me put the paper back, and it's like, what's all that about?
That's gonna be like imagine in a year, like when's the deadline? Not deadline. When's the we can start reacting to that again? Like even though it's not fresh, like we can watch like DSP tries it now, like just normal thing to react to. Like how long will it take until that's like a normal thing? Like, all right, guys, let's watch the interview again, guys. But how long it's gonna take? It won't be that long, It's It's so good.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, you go,
ahead.
Steve.
I think it's going to be one of those like moments in the detractor history that you'll put a pin in, like the hospital trip. It's the incident. It's up there with it. So for me, I think it's going to ripple for a while.
Yeah, but it also, the way things are moving at the moment, we could also look back at this in like 6 months' time and say, "Do you remember when this was big news?" Because of something, one of those other things that could potentially happen, whatever that might be.
Okay, so we got some super chats I want to shout out. Joseph saying congrats to Duty for the 10K subscribers. Definitely. Yeah, I saw someone else. I think it was Brad. You said that. Yeah, we're spreading out the celebration for a week-long celebration for Duty. Like everyone does. Every grown adult does that, right? A week-long celebration. We're helping that happen. Chris Dorner, Respecter. Steve, he wants to ask you about... It seems kind of convenient. Adam said that, and then DSP responded with, "It is convenient," and then smiles back at him. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, and he does the sort of laugh underneath his breath, and it's that's your cue that he's lying. I propose that is DSP's. It's called Duper's Delight. It's a little bodily smirk or tell after a liar tells you a lie that they think they've convinced you of. And when I think it's because Phil's just like that oblivious to social cues that when they said, "I think that sounds a little convenient," Phil thinks he believes me. He thinks they're going, "Oh, that sounds a little convenient," but yeah. That's the sort of thing that Phil's taking it as, whereas they're going, "Phil, really?
Yeah,
You really want us to believe that?" But he interprets the other way because he can't pick up on that cue. So he thinks he's done. He thinks he's convinced them, and he has that little chuckle to himself.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. Yeah, it almost feels like once they get on to the next question, you can see him, the kind of almost like the relief of like, "Oh, they're moving on, thank God."
Multiple times throughout the interview.
Oh yeah. We gotta have one day. We're gonna have a tier list of my favorite, like just things they said. Like right now, my favorite so much is "Holy shit, Phil." That's the best. Like Meerkat put in the song, obviously. "Holy shit, Phil." That just bites so hard.
I love it, man.
Shit,
that's
Phil.
probably my favorite Adam quote. Here you go.
Holy shit, Phil. I gotta say, this is fucking rich coming from you right now, though.
Oh god, Andrew, the keen bit.
How many of us would like to say that very thing?
That's like so powerful. Just like so much emotion in there. Holy shit, Phil.
Well, guys, the best bit of the whole interview was not verbal. It was as Phil got up to take the paper back and was about to do his whole, "Well, I guess I have to talk about this now" thing. As he gets up, Adam's like,
yeah. I think that's been one of the great things about having this, a week's distance from it as well, is that, edits have started popping up here and there, like the Dick Stroking Phil vlogs one's gone up, which is great, by the way. And you get to see all these little things that people are pointing out, like things like that, and you get to see like, he'll say something and then you'll get a side by side of Craig and Adam both shaking their heads and stuff like that. Right. Stuff you didn't pick up on at the time. But yeah.
Dick Stroking Vlogs has an edit of the interview. It is an hour long. It is awesome. It's just packed with everything. Yeah. I can't believe he put it together that fast, but it's awesome. And it's on my Twitter if you want to check it out. I linked it. It's just really good. And just you get to relive it, but it's not 5 hours. It's 1 hour, and it's all the moments are there you want to see. It's really good. Mr. Extravagant saying this. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, just quickly, there was a comment on the stream that Super Chuffer and I did of it, which was like, "Guys, you need to watch this more than once. It requires multiple viewings," and it absolutely does.
Yep.
Like I've watched it again over the last few days, and I'm still like fully processing it all. It's gonna take me.
It's something. It was what a gift. You don't need to say it, but Phil gave us a great gift this year. It's a stupid fucking dream, man. Whoever made him have that dream a lot long ago.
That dream. It all came from one dream. He was so excited to tweet about. He woke up and tweeted about it. And he was like, "Guys, I've got to show you this."
He was excited. Thought it was going to change. This is going to save the business, guys.
I'm just thinking now, like that's how you would start a video on this, isn't it? Like that's how I would start my, like if I was to do something, it would start with that.
Yeah.
Mixture Scravgan here saying this isn't Meerkat's job. No, he is a very serious computer style job in Eastern Europe style country. So that's his real job over there, doing the computer stuff. Iron Moreland, I love Craig and Adam laughing at Phil's threat. Oh yeah, that was true too. The guest asked him about like, what Phil's kind of threatening, and then Adam said, "Please, Phil."
Oh,
please.
Yeah, when he was like, I could have gone hard on them with what I know about their stuff.
Yeah,
Let's talk about you, Adam.
It's never going to end, man. There is no end to this. It is never going. You think Phil's not going to respond to that? Not a chance in hell. It's not going to respond to that. Crazy. He's gonna. He can't wait to respond to that. And how many times he told us the drama's over too? By the way, we're not talking about the stream anymore, guys. I'm done with it. 5 minutes later, he says a joke about Keemstar or a joke about ReviewTech USA.
Yeah, you know how I usually have like a phrase that's doing my head in over the last week. Currently, it is fair shake. I'm sick to death of hearing fair shake.
Oh God!
Everything is fair shake, and now that's become it's fair shake alongside with saying that he's done. He's not done, but he'll keep saying he's done.
I swear, right? Because I did the stream with Decepticon the other day. Oh fuck! I forgot to ask you if I could have I forgot to display my medal. Sorry.
Oh yeah, please. Yeah.
But like on that stream, he had a little bit of a meltdown during the pre-stream, which we were sort of hoping for more, but we were like, yeah, okay, fair enough. He gives, and then he goes, I'm done talking about it. This is the last time I'm going to address this. And then like 2 days later, he's back at it. It was like Monday.
He loves it.
Yeah.
He loves it, man.
He
is a detractor, dude. He's a detractor of himself.
Oh, yeah.
He loves the content.
Biggest.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just love the fact though that like it kind of dawned on me the other day. I was just watching some clip, I don't know, of him playing Oblivion or something, and he's saying the exact same thing. Someone brought something up, and he's like, I'm done with drama. It was probably the bit where he was like, where he had to go at someone saying you should retract that, otherwise you're going to be banned. I was just like, this is on your Oblivion video forever now. Like, and you're never going to edit it out or anything. It's just like, this is what you're putting out to the world. It's just like miserable, like moaning. It's like, man.
He's done. Yeah, remember
pathetic.
He had a little stretch of good behavior. Like, remember he told Craig, like, I recommend my night streams. They're kind of my best, interactive with the fans. Like, this is the interactions you get. You better retract that. Stump fuck. Like,
and like the other thing is as well, like, you don't see the super chat messages or anything like that on his on-demand videos, if we have to call it that.
No.
So what, if he just ignores it, and then it goes away. Then it's never on his on-demand stuff. But he just has to. He cannot ignore this stuff. He has to do what Phil does best and rant.
He can't, man. He's such a stuck position. He's so stuck. He pretends he wants to be out of the drama. He doesn't want to be out of the drama. He loves it, man. The last thing he wants to do is just play games. He always says it, but that's the last thing he wants to fucking do. He wants to sit in front of the microphone and talk like Keemstar about whatever the fuck he wants and get 1,000 viewers. Those days, that's not happening unless you make drama yourself, right? If you make drama, then people are going to come, but it's not Slayer and Jade. They don't give a fuck about that. I love that. His biggest fans are the people he alienates the most, too. They don't give a fuck about your interviews and stuff. They legitimately want you to play games,
That's so true. Yeah.
Phil, please play games. We don't care about this. We actually give you money, too. Hey, guys, I got to stress this one last time, okay? One last time. Like, do they even know who ReviewTech USA is? Like, I try 50-50, Jade sniffs a lot of glue. He forgets things.
That's a clip right there.
I don't want to be that toxic. Why am I toxic?
I mean, you know a lot about forgetting things, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, God. ALT is the whole thing. I love going... Okay, let me check out some other person in the community stream. Let me go into Decepticon stream. The poll is ALT old? Come on. I'm not even there. I'm getting tired of this. There's a limit. There's a limit to how much I can take. All right,
so done with this.
I'm done with this. I'm coming for you. No, I'm just kidding. Yosef says, I cannot hear anyone say the word incident without DSP O-face. Yeah, that's... I think some words are just done, are done for us, guys.
Yep.
Style. You fucking ruined style for me, mate. But that's another interesting point that comes in the wake of all this. Like previously, the interview, when we said that, we meant the one with the quartering. That has now been completely replaced. When you say the interview now, from this point on, it means side scrollers. Quartering is we're fucking done with you, mate. You were always a joke, but now you're just an insignificant one. Here, in this moment, it's all about Craig and Adam.
Yes.
They're the ones now. They're the ones that have that interview.
They cared. If you go watch that quartering video, watch it now. Just watch 5 minutes. Don't watch the whole thing. You kill yourself. But he does not care at all about the question he asked. He asks him, "What's your favorite Skyrim titty mod?" That is a question he asks.
Really?
He asks also, "So you still living in Seattle over there?" I am not making this up.
God.
The preparation levels are just a different universe. One did the DSP route, and one did the Steve of the Dead route. You know that.
That's why it was 6 hours. That fucking podcast.
Exactly. Your boy said, that's why he thought the interview was fair at first. He's so delusional he thinks people outside his bubble just believe him. Yes, that's what he believes because his real fans say that. A Decepticon has a super chat. It's probably making fun of me. Let's listen to it. Great news, LT. WPIG execs love your pitch for the show, Walking with OLT, where you street race with other elderlies with walkers. They just want to give it a catch your name, The Walking Dead. All right. You want to play this game? I can play this game all day.
Please play this game.
Barrett Wells, DFP's dream of owning an arcade cabinet died. Add another dream to the list of the dead. Jesus. Duty Stream, thank you all for the kind words. I appreciate it. Didn't see Blab's video of her watching the Dead Space 2 Space Juice playthrough. It was so uncomfortable.
Did she watch it?
No, wait, did she?
I don't know. Was it one of those?
I saw the fake one. I saw the one Shinko did.
Shinko did, where he put her in the bottom. Because her reaction to that fucking hat, oh my God.
That's the problem because she doesn't say anything. Like it's difficult to know what's fake and what's real, isn't it?
Oh, you can read her face.
That's fake, isn't it?
The one of the one that Shinko made is fake. Yeah, the one reacting to the mommy brushes my hair thingy.
What you need to look for, there's like a sequence of rapid blinks, and then she looks to the side, and that's like the moment where Phil's put on the hat, and she's noticed, and she's like, "Oh my God, what the fuck?" That's the moment. So if you look for because she stays like fairly still and fairly like she's looking at something else, and then she notices it. So so if she's reacting, it'll be real.
To my knowledge, that's all she's reacted to. Is well, it's not even a reaction. It's just her
being there,
involved in a conversation with Phil.
Let's be honest.
But if she's actually reacted to something, then we need to see this. But
I don't think she's reacted to anything really. No. I don't think she's ever been shown a different DSP video. I don't think so. No. But all right, Galath Knox says, with Keem's connection to industry, any chance he can get Phil and Linda into the cast of MILF Manor?
Oh God, dude, he's married.
Yes,
his
please.
wife's downstairs.
Please,
literally crying right now.
Both of the people you mentioned are married, Phil and Linda. So please, Ian Moreland, I hate end all be all. That is wrong, Phil. Yeah, he does say that all the time. End all be all. Circle back.
Yeah. That. It's the other way around, Phil.
I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I apologize. We're going to try to read them all at the end. But yeah, thanks so much, everybody, for support. You guys are truly legends. Go ahead, Sam.
Well, I was going to agree with something a while ago. Demater said that chill is ruined now, which is any variation on chill or fun or interactive. Those words he just bunches together are all ruined now. They're done.
Robust.
Robust is rare enough where it gets a laugh from me now. When I hear robust, are you serious? Someone said robust. It's that is done because it's a rare word. Chill is of course I smirk, but it's all right, chill. Everyone says chill. You want to chill?
Yeah.
But robust is rare, so when you hear it, it's a special treat. Oh man.
Oh, meaningful's the worst. Because what does that even mean? I know obviously we know what it means. But...
That was my favorite moment. That was an amazing moment. That's one of them moments from the interview that's in the vast because there's just so much. But when they ask him, Phil, you keep saying meaningful. What does that mean to you? Define meaningful.
Just diarrhea coming out of his mouth. Did not know what to say at all. It's interaction with fans, support.
In his head, it's the definition of meaningful is tied to the fact that people have told him that what he does has meaning, or it's like that letter basically. I think that's it. Someone said once that it helped them, and that was it. That is meaningful now.
One email, and then he's oh my God, I get emails all the time. It's incredible. Okay, Ian Moreland, ALT is so old. The podcast should be called "What Was Said." Creative. I like the creativity. I'll give that a pass. I'll give that a passing grade for sure.
But meaningful, just
Yeah,
very
go ahead.
quickly, meaningful
Please,
has become one of his copes because it's the only way. Like everything he has, he needs to instill value in, and it's really difficult to instill value into like a 700 part playlist of Skyrim. So he has to imbue everything with meaningful because that's relative. It varies from person to person, but generally, when we hear that something's meaningful to someone, we sort of treat it like, okay, that means something to you. That's important to you. Okay. And we don't we're less liable to take the piss out of it or to see it as not too serious, So when he's like, all my stuff is meaningful, my content has meaning, it's him trying to say to himself, I haven't wasted my life. I've done something at least, And
It's like
just so.
I used to be, I helped a lot of people back in the day, I was a good football player back in the day. I could have went pro back in the day. I helped a lot of people back in the day. I won a lot of games back in the day. That kind of, you talking to yourself only. You were only talking to yourself in those situations. And one other thing he's been doing these days is, oh my God, he's picked up the Wii use of when it's a slow day. I don't want anyone to worry, guys. We're gonna be fine. Who gives? No other streamer on the internet does that. No one. Zero. Say we that much. I know sometimes you say, all right, guys, we're trying to get this goal to do this, right? Phil, just for no reason. All right, guys, we didn't hit the goal this time, but we're not going to freak out about it. It's really strange. Really strange.
And
go ahead. I don't want to talk to you like that. Well, who does?
Also, if he has a slow day, it'll be the detractors will say, they're going to freak out about this. There's a lot of that going on.
Means, freak out means Duty's going to have the title that says low stream day. That's freaking out. That's what it's going to be.
But it's in all caps.
Yeah,
that's a freak out.
That's freaking out. For him, that's true. For Phil, that's freaking out. That's what freak out means, is an uppercase video by Snorthogan, Aquateal, or Duty, or all the other clippers out there. I don't want to forget anybody. But, that's freaking out. Is instead of clips about something racist or stupid or him falling asleep, it's about him begging. That's freaking out. Let's get real. That's what those videos are for. It's either begging, saying something batshit insane. That's basically it, right? What else does Phil give us? Begging, batshit insane, trying to start beef with people.
Coping,
meltdowns. Yeah, I mean, it's all the classics are all there, but they're kind of in a pattern, right? We know what to expect. No one's freaking out when he gets $15. But anyways, we got to get the show rolling, boys. Or we got not want to get to anybody's calls or messages or anything. I do want to start with WPIG. Please, Samuel, there's a little bit of shill in there, but I want to get it in the beginning of the show. Very short shill in here. So please play WPIG. Video style, though, Sam. Please, video style.
Video style. Okay, let's do it. Right. WPIG.
No. It doesn't have to be video style. It does not have to be video style. Apologize.
Okay, that's cool.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Audio style.
Right. Here we go, everyone.
WPIG AM 1651. Cha boy Rambo Bamba fixing to pop some jammas in the slam after I drop a few hammers. Only after I squeeze my banana. And today we got some help wanted ads for all of the good people chilling like villains here in the sunny Stratford, Connecticut. And Chew, before we get to that, I got to ask you one thing. Can you please just say for me one time, one time, I don't know, Rambo.
I don't know, Rambo.
Thank you so much for that and your confidence in this show. We are here with some job ads. First one we got is for an opening at Best Buy for a sales and customer service rep. No degree or functioning back necessary, and all ages are welcome to apply. They do note they have a very robust employee discount program, but if you do anything to abuse that, they will take your ass to court. So if that sounds interesting to you out there, please email darksidephil@hotmail.com. Next, we got a position here at Wells Fargo, the bank, the financial institution, Wells Fargo. This job here, it entails fucking people over with predatory loans. Okay, I just read them as I get them. That may sound bad, they say, but however, once you get in the field, you can be sure that you yourself will never get into any trouble with your credit, because once you're in the world, you kind of can understand how dangerous credit can be if used incorrectly. Makes sense to me. It says it would take a serious fuck up to go bankrupt after working at Wells Fargo, a company that helps people go bankrupt through its own predatory practices. Sounds good to me. If interested, please be sure to email darksidephil@hotmail.com. We got one more job ad left. Let me burn through this one here for you. It's a job at Helicopter Support Inc. I want to make sure I get that right. And this one sounds probably the most interesting to me of the whole bunch, but see if you agree with me here, fans. See if you agree with me here on WPIG. This job is an entry-level position, but you could only get hired if you have a family member that is currently working in the company. Okay. Also, they promise to spend millions of dollars on your training. And every week they will give you a freshly printed out Word template certificate to show how much you mean to the company. That sounds awesome. Next up, we will also be having you work in positions that are many, many pay grades above what you are actually getting paid. Nice. We will also pretend to actually care about the ideas you share about trying to help the company, while in reality, we don't even read your emails. Also note, if the family member that helped you get hired is let go, your ass is grass and you'll be kicked to the curb ASAFP, which is my neck of the woods means as soon as fucking possible. It says here, one final note, it says, it's best to think of this position like a stripper at a strip club. They'll make you feel really good, important, and valued. Maybe even grind that knee into the groin a little bit. But in the end of the day, they're dropping your ass like a bad habit. Sound good? If it does sound good, please be sure to email darksidephil@hotmail.com. And that is it. No song today. No more requests, my friends. Because if you want any song requests with Rambo, you got to go to Friday. The Flare Up, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a lot of good stuff going on there. And if you want to hear your songs, your world premieres, your all that nonsense, come on over there. And as always, we're always ready to get your submissions as well. Commercials, songs, emails, job ads just like this, whatever you want, email it to me, Rambo, at the That Being Said podcast at gmail.com. But enough of the shilling. Let's get back to the boys at That Being Said and the group think with ALT, Meerkat, Sam, and Steve. Thanks so much for that, Rambo. A little bit of commercial there, a little bit of job ads he wanted to get out. Thanks so much for that. So Friday is going to be hype, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got Snood and Indrid coming in hot on the Flare Up with Rambo. So many world premieres. We got a world premiere from me. We got a world premiere from Nothing I Could Do. We got a world premiere from Snort Hogan. Snort Hogan world premiere song. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Snort Hogan has dropping a song on us tomorrow night. So get hyped for that. It's going to be very hype. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you there with Rambo. Not with me, with Rambo. All right, go ahead, Sam. Next message. Let's get to the messages.
Let's do it. Okay, so we have one message from a week ago that could potentially be pre-interview. I thought there'd be more. But
for the time, we have to listen though, because it just we can laugh at this person if it's like some of those messages were.
Should we offer an amnesty though? I feel like we should.
Okay, I mean,
who was it that we said had asked for their message to be deleted?
Oh, Brad Burnian, I believe, wasn't it? Oh, was it Stray Beans?
There was somebody else. I think the name had Slash in it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know who that is there.
I think you might have deleted it already.
Okay. I think maybe you're right. Who was it? Cool. I know you're right. They did say delete it. Mm-hmm. I think I would save it though. But anyway, I save everything. But okay. Anyways, let's just get to whoever you want. Sam, you're the program director.
Well, sorry if this is that person, but this is Zach Storm, and this is maybe pre-interview.
I hope it is then.
I think it might be them.
Little question for you guys. Lately, we've seen a lot of detractors get taken down by an unnamed person that I'm not going to say, or using DSP's name. But don't you think this is a little bit suspicious when his interview is tomorrow? What do you guys think?
Okay, so timed release. And we know that is to be true. Well, I mean, I don't know if that part's true, but we do know, like I said last week, when I was doing the practice interview with Craig, he received an email from that person you don't want to mention, he who should not be named, saying, on behalf of the detractors, Craig, cancel this interview. You got doxed on Kiwi Farm. It's not a good idea for you, and it's not a good idea for us. So he was definitely interested in not making it happen.
4D chess move in it.
Like what? Like this person, Super Mario. Super Mario movie coming out next month. Enjoy it. It's fucking insane how he knows this is bad for DSP. Well, he thought it was. He thought it was. He had the foresight to know it would be bad for DSP. He probably didn't expect it to be that bad. But why are you still defending Phil then? If you know it's going to be bad, that means you know what DSP doing is wrong, right? Like.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
What's up, Steve? You got a hype message there?
Yeah, with that patchy, someone 052 down to 45 seconds. With that patchy goatee, ALT is looking like Steve the Dead's little bro. He is older than me.
Yes, I do look like his little brother. I always thought that. I didn't want to say it myself. By the way, Chew agrees with me. Just kidding. Yeah, I'm actually older than Steve. I'm actually older than Steve. I'm the oldest one here, guys. If you didn't know, barely. With Meerkat here, our average age goes way up.
No, it drops. He's younger. He drops us down by like a decade.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Next, go ahead, Sam.
What, another message?
Yeah, I guess let's keep it going. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've really nothing to say about the that. Yeah. Okay, cool. This is Lars.
It is March 16th at 2 p.m. and I am losing my mind because the interview just finished. Someone asked the other day, what was the golden era for detractors? It's right now. This is the golden era. What timeline are we living in? We had DSP and Keemstar like debate each other on a live stream. That happened. Like, it's so insane to me. Like, think about DSP got like a tiny taste of Reacts, and now he has a whole channel dedicated to them, right? He just got a tiny taste of like debating another person, and you know he saw those like all those super chats that were flooding in during that stream. You know he saw the viewer count. There's no way. I guarantee you, what we're gonna get. Give it a couple months, Phil is going to end up on like Hassan's stream or Destiny's stream debating like the Israel-Palestine conflict or some crazy shit. And of course, he's not going to know what he's talking about, but everyone's going to be there. He'll do it. And the craziest part, it was like at the end, he was like Phil Knight Shyamalan. He dropped his own twist. Like, he was like, have you found the restraining order? This is like Game of Thrones, bro. It's a cliffhanger. Like, there was like the thing at the end of season 1 where some character dies, some crazy shit happens, and you have to wait like 5 months to figure out what's going on. It's crazy. This is the peak. This has to be the peak of Phil content, and it's just starting right now. So get comfy, get your popcorn, because this is gonna be a ride.
I see we found the line between like pre-interview and post-interview messages then.
Yeah, that's right. Lars line. The Lars line. Yeah, Lars is feeling it, man. We all are feeling that though. Lars is legend. King of the Ring finalist, by the way, Lars. Lars, we need a song about this, my friend. I'm missing the Lars songs. I listen to Big Yak so many times, dude. I'm ready for your next song, by the way. But it is. This is it, man. We're living the golden age. All your thoughts are true. And by the way, on the restraining order, Meth Bear, one in the trenches, a true lawyer, has summoned his lawyer friends to check in the Michigan records and has found that restraining order is truthful and it exists. So that is true. That's all we know. So don't dig too much deeper into it. But go ahead, Steve.
We do know that it's in a state that will just like grant them. You don't have to serve them to the person being restrained, and also so he may not even know it exists.
Yes,
Superman, but also that it happened after Phil started talking to her. So.
Yeah, things to think about. I kind of uncomfortable with saying like one way or the other, but just stuff to think about. That's for sure. Like, you don't know. For me, like that ends the funniness of Subaru Man. Like, I'm not gonna do any more Subaru jokes. You know, like it's kind of like, who knows, right? And I know you're saying it's totally true. He might not know what's going on. What? She did that? Are you serious? Like, it could be like that, or it could be that other way, right? So I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. But it's like the issue is still you just drop that. Like, true or false, the fact is that's something to do with your wife, whose safety you have spent the last 5 hours. I can't tell you that. It might put my wife in danger. And then you drop that out of nowhere to defend yourself, you know, to make yourself look good. It's still fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
but
it's like we said the other day. Like it was almost as if he had a checklist of things he wanted to put out there that would you know, his pity party checklist that he wanted to tick off.
Do you think it was on the other side of the bills paper?
I just want to make clear.
Oh, show my bills.
Yeah. Oh, not that side. Not that side. That is the worst thing he did in the whole interview. By the way, it's not even close. The most despicable thing he did in the whole interview, the whole time, lying to his fans, lying to Craig, lying to Phil, lying to himself, lying to Adam. That was the most despicable thing he has done. Maybe ever. I don't know. Like, think about that, guys. You use your wife first as a shield to say, I can't answer I can't answer everything because I got to protect my family. And let's get real. Your family is your wife. All right. I mean,
Yeah.
Jasper's in there too, but you know what I'm saying. And the woodland creatures are there somewhere. The ants are somewhere. The family tree is very, loose.
Family bush.
But yeah, go ahead.
Just quickly on that note,
yeah,
him saying he has a family is fine. Okay, we've discussed this, but him saying my wife and my family is in this context, and that's how he always phrases it.
Yes.
That's weird.
Yes, extremely weird. And so first, let me finish that point. First, use the wife as a shield. So now she's being used as a shield. Okay, defense mechanism. Oh shit, I'm in trouble. I'm losing this fucking war. All right, now let's change her from a shield into a spear I can use to attack other people and get some more pity, right? So now I'm using her on the offensive, right? First she was a shield, already fucked up, but okay, I can see there's some question you don't answer. Okay, fine. But then they just go up and bring up something you don't have to bring up at all, right? At all is the most fucked up thing he's done. One of the most, right? One of the most fucked things you could possibly do. Don't ask me a question about my wife, guys. I want to be sure about that. Last second. Okay, like we ask people on the show all the time, hey, well, all right, anything you want to say here? And they all say the normal shit. Hey, check out my show. It was fun being here. All things normal humans say. Whoa. Did you know my wife had a restraining order on someone and he's hitting her? Man,
to take it as true,
pissed, man.
To take it as true, because I cannot comprehend the mindset that thinks that this is the sort of thing that it's okay to lie about. But either way, you are weaponizing the fact that your wife has been a victim of domestic abuse to make you look good. That is so fucked up. I cannot even finish this sentence. So
that's the worst thing he did, man. That gets me pissed off real hard, man. That's real bad. It's a not inhuman thing to do. And you chose to do that.
Yeah. The whole interview for him was an excuse to do this, to talk about all the bad stuff that goes on in his life, that these trolls have caused him and all the rest of it. And that was kind of almost proven with the bit with, like we said the other day, the Keemstar thing, where he said, well, yeah, bring him on, but we want to get back to other topics. And that means I've still got these things to talk about. I haven't covered the fact that they fucked me over in this way and this way, and that's that's why he did it, because he just wanted to get it all out, and it's just so like it's disgusting.
Let's take it back then to Lars's original question. There is no way he's doing this again. He saw all the money they made, thinks it's 20,000, but either way, he'll have saw that. He'll have saw the numbers. He'll have thought that went really well for them. They owe me for that. But there is no way he is opening himself up to that again. He got owned by everyone else that was on that podcast. Keem came in and wiped the floor with him. Adam wasn't taking any of his shit. Craig would push back. So there is no way he's going on any podcast ever again. Regardless of, he would see all that money and all that stuff that he would think, I could have that, but it's not worth it for all the embarrassment, the hit to his ego, the potential risk to him that it entails. His safety and his comfort is worth more than what he would earn doing that again. So there's no way he's doing it again.
Yeah.
No, unless he'll get someone on his show, which is why he contacted Rich.
Yeah. No. Yeah, there. He contacted Rich so that an hour later he could talk on his podcast about how he's, they're actually wrong. I am making amends. I am building bridges. I am reaching out to people. It's like you reached out to Rich so you could say that and prove them wrong, not because you genuinely want to repair the bridge and make amends with Rich. You're again weaponizing that, and it's so transparent when you do it. It's fucking disgusting. It really is.
Yeah, and it's another one of those things. It's just so pathetic that that's all he's taken away from this as well. Is just the quick things that you can do. I can fire off a quick DM to this guy that I bullied back in the day, and I can send a message to Rich, and hopefully he can come on my show to make me feel better and all the rest of it. He's taken nothing else from it. All the advice Keemstar was giving him, everything that Craig was saying, or the logic of these, functioning humans, for lack of a better term. And all he took from it was just these quick things that he can do. It's just
real quick. I mean, Meth Bear say in the chat, say make sure. Only thing we know is that the restraining order exists, right? I want to make that clear. The restraining order exists. That's all we know. So everything else that is speculation, right? You can come to your own conclusions on that. That's not even important for me, though. That's not even.
No,
just,
it's the fact
whatever,
that he
right?
used it. Yeah,
yeah. That's the bad part, right? So you can assume whatever. For me, I don't know enough. Like, so if Subaru Man was a funny joke, I'd said a lot of songs, but I'm kind of gonna be done with that because I don't know how the story. So who cares? There's so much. You don't need to. Subaru is such a small part of this, So who cares? But the part that's bad is what using people to the extent he has used people, right? And he was trying to use Review Tech USA. Let's get that straight, right? He's 100% using Review Tech USA. Already blocked again, by the way. Already blocked again, Review Tech USA, because Review Tech
just
USA
because he sent
didn't believe him.
He sent him like a super chat relating to the incident again, and it's just it's another thing he hasn't learned, just to take a joke. I don't know, man.
It's surface level stuff. It's like, I hear that messaging somebody to say, hey, I'm sorry, might be a quick fix. Hey, I know, like, appearing like this might be a quick fix, without understanding the deeper ramifications of here's why it's wrong. Here's how you show you understand why it's wrong. Here's how you make amends going forward. It's not just like a quick plaster over an injury. It's like you need to care for this, and you need to take time. You need to understand why what you did was stupid, and you need to show how you're not going to do it again. And he doesn't. He's just like, well, I sent Rich a message, but he obviously understood that I was only doing it so that I could brag about it on the podcast, and he's reacted appropriately. And now Phil's pissed. So yeah, Rich ends up blocked again.
It takes a special kind of victim mentality, right? To be like, this is your one chance to say what you want to say, your side of things. Let's say like you're Phil and you really think you didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I know it's hard to imagine. Let's say pretend you didn't do anything wrong. Legitimately, you didn't do anything wrong. Your chance to prove it all wrong is here. But you can't even do that. All you can do is bring up more bad shit that people did to you. Imagine he didn't do anything wrong. That's still amazingly telling. I can't say anything against it, but here's other bad shit people did to me. All right. Imagine like OJ was in court like, yeah, but people were pretty pissed at me when I was a football player. They like said bad things to me. They were pretty bad. They were pretty mean to me, guys.
I think they did mention that in the podcast, didn't they? They were like, if you were in court doing this, Phil, if you were on the stand, like, and the prosecution had all of this, and your defense was, well, it's not true, trust me. I could show you, but I don't want to because it might put my family at risk. It's like, that's not a convincing argument. All of the weight of all of this evidence is against you, and you cannot prove. He could have done. We had one opportunity, and he squandered it. So,
yeah, again, he didn't learn that either. We've had these whole like hope segments about reading out the email that Craig said to him and all the rest of it, and him not answering the question about how often he checks his email and all that, which I still don't fully understand.
Because he didn't check his email fast enough.
Something like that. Yeah, it's bizarre.
24 hours. Dudes and family. It's hard to answer emails in a timely fashion sometimes.
Especially when you've just done 5 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't. He just didn't. He's not learned that lesson that he needed to have shown it at the time. And now Craig is well past caring what you may or may not have to show him.
It's a lot of things. That's a good point by Yonohal here. DSP says, protect my wife and my family. It sounds like two different things, right? Is that a kind of could be a, unintentional thing you're saying there, right? He doesn't think of them the same thing, maybe? It's a little
they're
deep
both
thinking.
roles, yeah. Like the wife is like a role, and the family is another, yeah. He's probably heard it said elsewhere, hasn't he? And not sort of understood that when people do say my wife and my family, they mean kids. They mean like my wife and my kids.
Yeah. He just loves being able to say it. He loves being able to say that phrase because it gives his existence meaning, I guess.
I'm a big boy. Yeah. I'm a big boy. I can operate a household. Same bullshit, man. Same shit.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Good point. Barrett Wells, I'm convinced the harm to his family is Cat finding out how much he's actually spending on his game. And that's a good point, too, right? Like, that's dangerous for Phil. I mean, maybe not, because we don't know how Cat just might believe everything, because we, who knows? We don't have no idea. She might just, whatever Phil says is what she believes, but that's true. Because Cat, she might not care. I don't care. He got me out of a bad situation. I could live here. I could do what I want to do. And hey, that's enough. Some people might find that enough. First, Phil, the pig cooking himself was pretty good. Currently, I'm only getting DSP news from this podcast. And 1922, music recommendations pop up. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, happy to give the music recommendations, of course. I like to send the best hits out. Interacting with humans for dummies, yes. Adult with a business degree, Phil never learns. He'll try it again. He'll try it again once the sting wears off. It wouldn't surprise me though, right? Last ditch effort, maybe next year sometime. I finally found the right situation.
It's going to be years. I feel like it's going to be years.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be that quick. If the sting does wear off, because I mean, look how long it took a chicken burger to wear off. This is going to be a while.
Still not reparations. We're still waiting for those. Still waiting for reparations.
He is still in that kind of like floundering around to find his niche sort of world at the moment with the React stuff and doing a podcast. You know, what's the next thing? Because he is kind of, and he's looking for. It almost seems like he's looking for an out from this gaming world in a way. And he will say to the end of time that he's passionate about gaming, but he loves being able to just sit and talk. So I don't know. Who knows what the next year is got in store, because things, like we say, things are moving so quickly that it may be that he decides to do something else under different circumstances, or more likely he has someone on. I really would like to see Rich come on his show just to see how that would go down, because presumably Rich wouldn't hold back from taking the piss out of him. So I don't know.
I mean, it can't happen now, but you wish it did happen. You mean?
Yeah.
I did too.
That's clearly what he wanted to happen. He wanted to have Rich on. Well, he invited him on, didn't he? He said, can you come on? He was kind of
Would it come on my show? I wish Rich did it too, but Rich didn't, of course. But Rich is watching that interview like so much. I checked Rich's channel; it's like just constant interview. Everyone's just riding the wave right now.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if he'd spent like the last 5 years shitting on you and then said, "You want to come on my show?" Would you want to go on his show?
Yeah, yeah. I know.
Hawksworthers, yeah, we're gonna get.
Yes, great one. No Zaku boy, yeah. Ghana State making returns on that 10-year plan. 10-year plan is still in effect. No, didn't it change because coronavirus? I think that's the official story right now. Coronavirus changed everything. My favorite quote, Hawksworthers. My favorite quote from Phil during his meltdown is, "People had the chance to be nice to me, and they ruined it." What kind of person can say that line, man? My friends had a chance to be nice to me, and they ruined it. I'm going home. I don't want to play with you guys anymore.
I find it amazing that he can do the interview, have a decompression stream where he's saying, no, I thought they were totally there. And then a day later, completely change the story, and you get these weird mental gymnastics where he completely changes the way he talks about these people.
It's because he's a narcissist. Criticism. I know. It's like, exactly. They were like, look, his argument. They were like in their stream talking about their previous day's work, and he'd had his decompression stream, so they were now having theirs. And because they weren't like, guys, I think Phil did very well. To be fair to him, I think he did very well. He came on, he said all credit, and all that. Instead, they were like, his argument wasn't convincing. I didn't buy it at the end of this. I thought he was full of shit. Because they're like that. They've not backstabbed him. They betrayed him. They were always going to do this. This was always the plan. Phil cannot ever trust anyone again because of this. Because he's a narcissist. He couldn't handle that criticism of the way you presented your argument was not convincing. You provided no evidence, and he didn't. So they're fair criticisms, and he can't handle it. It's John and Howard again. It's Leanna leaving again, and how my life's falling apart, and it's every friend he's ever had a falling out with. It's everything. It's all that again. All that insecurity. All that you weren't nice to me. Well, you're not obligated to be. They don't have to be nice to you. The fact that they are is testament to their character. They could have gone harder. They could have gone much harder on you, and they didn't. So they were very nice to you, and you can't deal with that. So
like they gave so much runway, man. So much runway they gave him multiple times, and he can't take it. Menta can't. Okay, yeah, I like this one. Menta can't sorcery. Love the podcast. 3 old men and missing baby. I like it teaming everyone into the old thing. I mean, I'm on board with that.
It's true.
Golden Era remixes. Are we getting confetti poppers for May 1st? That's a good
What
idea.
is this?
actually.
Mayfair? Is it the incident? Or-
It is, yeah.
Is it right? Okay. I knew it was something, and I was like, it's not the bankruptcy. It's not.
That's a good idea. I'll think of a funny tweet for that one. Unless someone gives me a better idea, I'll steal yours. So, but remember, he had to explain. Our show Sunday is going to be. We're running out of content for Sunday, but we do have two guests. A Duty, we're counting on you to bring the heat, and also Darksea to fill. But he had to explain masturbation again. Why people do masturbation? Like, so, guys, I don't know if you do this. We don't do masturbation for no reason ever. You can't. You always have to have a reason. Did you know this? I didn't. Because I definitely just sometimes just do it. Am I weird? I don't know, but
are you
explain
depressed?
it.
Yeah,
Totally.
exactly. I won't name names, but there was someone the other day that said, I don't know about you guys, but I do it when I'm bored and horny, which I thought was exactly.
animal.
Yeah.
You monster.
But like even there, right? Even there, in this act where he is fully accepting and admitting, which is the best thing to do in his situation, is to be, I did it, can't deny it, just got to roll with it. It was the best thing he could do. And even there, he has to preface it to save his ego. He has to be like, there was all this stuff going in the background. I was depressed. Like, Phil, you're talking to like other guys. We all do it. It's fine to just say, I was, in the mood and I had a few minutes spare, so I thought I might as well. But you don't, no, can't do that. Can't be normal. No, it has to be. He would only do it because he was depressed and he had all these stresses going on in
Blaming
his life.
Leanna, blaming someone else.
Blaming Leanna, throwing her under the bus for it.
Fucking,
And it's like,
this person,
just
man.
fully own it. It's fine. We all do it. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody does it. And the people that lie about it are lying about it.
Yeah.
So-
like, when's the last time you denied masturbating? When I was like maybe 11, you're not sure everyone's doing it. You're like, I don't do that. It's kind of
11.
weird. But you're like 11 years old, literally. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not doing it. You guys do that? I'm not. But you literally are every day, 10 times a day.
During high school, it's that high school man-child mentality.
Yeah.
During high school, it's like it's a thing to be embarrassed about. But then the moment you're out of high school, you just sort of accept everybody does it.
Yeah.
Back then, it's like, you wank, you're a wanker. Fuck off, mate. You do.
Yeah.
But after that,
But really,
once you hit 16, that stops being a thing for all of us normal humans.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now. Hey, cat. I'm doing it now. Dog. Damn.
okay, no.
I'm touching it now. Fuck. All right, you won the show so far, my friend. WM Franksworth is a legend.
No, no.
God damn it. I'm touching it now. Dog. Damn. I come from scum. Anyway,
but yeah,
let's not talk too much about
in the grand scheme of things, with every passing day, him doing that becomes less and less relevant. Like, okay, yes, it will always be that thing that he's kind of known for, but more and more, every day after day, it just becomes less and less of a importance. It's just there's so much other shit on this guy that's so much more interesting.
Like Adam said, if he made a shirt when that came, now it's kind of too late because you know what Distractors would do. I was thinking about what if Phil released a shirt now. You know what Detractors would do? They'd make the same exact shirt and sell it somewhere else. So that it wouldn't work anymore. But he had a real chance then to make something out of that and make some money. Like Wings and Boogie understand. They understand their place in the internet. Whether they like it or not, they understand the position. And if you know what position you're in, you might as well make a few bucks from it, right? Yeah. It's not like Boogie and Wings is not going to turn into PewDiePie. They understand that. They know their place and decide to make some money in a different way. But Phil, oh man, Phil is the stupidest gentleman in every opportunity, and he has to make money his way. And begging Jade and Slade and Jade, all those people. Snoot, I need you to run down the list. Whatever, fucking Slade, the power couple.
Slade only posts when it's Christmas.
Yeah. Anyways, we are
no. Before we move on. Right. He called it his O face, which means he came. So fuck you, ALT. He did finish.
Yeah, he did.
No. Dude. Hold on.
He called it his own face. It means he finished.
That you believe what he says? Come on, Steve. He says a lot of stuff. I was doing the quartering, listening to the quartering interview a little bit, and how he answered it then too is even makes me more suspicious. He's like, where'd it go? In a tissue. Really high pitch. In a tissue.
Yeah.
I know you could say that means he just went wherever and let it stay there, which is probably the case. But
which means there was something to go, which means he finished.
Yes. I just don't. There's no feeling of relaxation in that face. There's no Zen moment.
No, because he has to get a stream on.
Well, if you don't have the Zen moment, what's the point? Maybe he was depressed. I believe him.
The moment of realization when he's like, "Oh shit, the stream's on. I've got to start." Where's me? Oh, it's over the controller.
I gotta play Conker's Bad Fur Day. I gotta do some meaningful shit here.
I know that
It's
that
still in the carpet.
Oh, Jasper, no.
I know it's been picked over a million times.
Oh, mushrooms, grow with it. Jasper,
Sam.
stop eating
Sorry,
the mushrooms. Stop eating those. Jasper, you don't like sweet stuff.
The cum shrooms.
Oh, cum shrooms. That's a shirt. Cum
We don't even
shrooms.
need Kid Slim.
Oh God. Kid Flynn's impact is still felt to this day. What a legend, Kid Flynn.
Oh,
is.
it never won't be.
Dude,
like
that dude's a legend, man. He left his mark, and we still are feeling his effects. Kid Flynn, you're a legend, man. No, don't let anyone tell you differently. Go ahead, Sam.
I know it's been picked over a million times before because it's coming up to 7 years now or whatever it is. But my favorite thing about that is this, because you know what that is. That's him. That's him figuring out what you can and can't see. Like that's what that is, because he never does. I know he rocks back and forth on the X and Y axis, but that's exactly what
he
that
could have
is.
been pulling his pants back up. That's what that
Oh,
was.
it could be. Could be.
It was a test.
Hello, everyone. Hey, how you going?
It was a test. We need forensic scientists to recreate the scene. And we'll get super chuffer to study it on his channel, the Real Crime channel. All right, anyways, we got to study where the mushroom growth, the angles and stuff where the growth is. This is where the splatter went, but there's been a little action here, so we can't trust that spot.
It was just in the it was in the band of his boxes for that entire stream. I'm telling you.
Oh, all right, we got to change topic. We're losing everybody. All right, go
Sorry,
ahead.
everyone.
Next message.
It all comes back to that. Sorry.
Okay, here is Sniper Shot 0.
Hey, that being said, I just wanted to leave you guys a message. It's a message between me and you. My wife is not involved at all. I wish you would just don't talk about my wife, okay? That's none of your business. She works in retail 2 days a week, like 4 hours a week. But it's not your business. It's not your business. This message, like I said, is between me and you, and my wife is in no way involved. People have been doxing her and knowing information about her. It's not fair. She broke the lawnmower and both washer and dryer yesterday. That's not your business. Anyway, she likes to play Ragnarok and Skyrim. But that's said. You guys need to stop talking about my wife. It's not giving any information about my wife. I don't know how you guys are finding this stuff out. I guess you're doxing her. I don't know. Anyway, her ex-boyfriend used to beat her and got a restraining order against her. But anyway, it's message, like I said, between me and you. It's nothing to do with my wife. Nothing to do with my wife at all. She's downstairs crying right now. And anyway, Mercat, you're a fuckface.
No, out of nowhere, top rope. Sniper shot. That's a legendary call, my friend. Great idea. Great execution as well. Great job.
Yeah, that was a classic.
Great idea. That's what it is. It's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's fucking true.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Golden Era Remixes says Phil should run with it. Content so fun, chill, and meaningful. You can fap to it. Cleaning up is optional. Make cure depression. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's an ad for WPIG. I'm gonna put together.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. That needs to be a link or whatever you call it. Stinger.
Yeah.
WPIG. It's content so chill. You confess to it.
Make your depression.
Oh, should do one of them. Like, if you suffer from depression, try masturbation.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Ad for literal masturbation ad. It's like the company is masturbation.
Do one of those. Please speak to the doctor if your symptoms persist after more than 48 hours. Do one of them.
Do not leave ant poison out for more than a year.
Chicken sandwiches ordered from Burger King may not actually match the picture.
See? You're getting it. This is the point of WPIG, man. The content just flows so easily.
Have we had any of those yet? Have we had any like fake ads?
Fake ads, not fake ads. Tomorrow we're gonna premiere the first one that's not me, the first misconnection. So someone trying to find a love connection out there. Can't wait to read that for you. A few emails came in with that. So stay tuned for that tomorrow, 8:30 with Rambo. Not with me, with Rambo. Don't forget it.
Awesome. Right, here is Stray Beans.
Legend.
Hey guys, it's a big week and I've got a few thoughts. Firstly, a Theo theory. DSP that said that Stuttering Craig contacted him first a few months ago to potentially go on the show. Was that the point where DSP had the dream, in quotation marks, where he came up with the idea for an interview and just wanted to find a bigger podcaster or a bigger YouTuber to do the interview, which is ironic because it would have given Craig just time to get his stuff in order to destroy Phil. Second, everybody seems to love Adam. But I think Adam's a great example of someone that takes this stuff way too seriously. He's the deconstruction stream and his epic rant. Man, I thought that was really embarrassing. He's like, I'm sick of victims. Guys, DSP is a joke. You cannot take him that seriously. And finally, I just think it's shocking, genuinely shocking that Phil is still in this cycle. It's his response to the decompression stream was like just ad hominems and personal attacks and raw emotions and things like that. It's the same cycle as the machinima firing, as the Twitch firing, and it shows a lack of personal growth, which makes me think when he says he's changed and grown and not a racist and not a sexist, that's the act, because he demonstrates a lack of personal growth in other areas. Anyway, guys, love your coverage of everything. Thank you. See you later.
Ooh, okay, so I'm going to start with the second point. I think that's the most controversial point he said, is that Chatham kind of wasn't the best representation of himself on that second stream, the decompression stream, saying like the victim part is what he said. And I remember that pretty clearly, making songs for that. Don't be, becoming a victim happens, but you have to get out of it, right? Don't be a victim forever. You choose to be a victim forever. And I think that sounded reasonable. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I thought that was a reasonable thought. What do you guys think? I'll go to Steve, you first. What do you think of that? The decompression stream with Chad. Chad.
It is inevitable. It is Chatham, let's call it Chatham. Yeah. It is inevitable, like at times, to feel like a victim, especially if you have been a victim. Obviously, I'm more used to working with like people who've been victim with some crime, but it is understandable. It's a natural response, but a healthy psychological build would eventually be able to move past it. They would be able to process the grief and the anger and the sadness and all this like complex ball of feelings that they were experiencing. They would be able to, over time, accept it, come to terms with it, move up past it, and get on with things. However, however long that takes is going to vary person to person depending on what they've been through. But the point is, you do eventually move past it. You do eventually get over it, as it were. But Phil doesn't. That's the point. Phil cannot. He's still a victim of being fired from Machinima. He's still a victim of being kicked off Twitch. He's still a victim for losing his job over his helicopter company. He's still a victim for not winning Evo. He's still a victim for not getting the Wolverine toy. He has never been able to process the grief that he feels whenever he feels like he's been victimized. He's not able to deal with those emotions because he's not mentally mature enough. So you just end up in this cycle of getting angry, getting frustrated, not really having any idea of how to deal with it, and just lashing out because that's all you can do. Mm-hmm. And that's what we see every time.
Yeah. Sam, would you have anything different to say? I agree with that. I think this was Stray Bean's first L take. Sam, do you want
nothing much to add. Just that I'm an Adam stan. That's what I am.
To be fair, Adam, through the interview, took the perspective of somebody who doesn't know about Phil. Because obviously Craig did his work, so he had preparation, he had knowledge. Yeah. Whereas Adam took that, I don't know you, I'm just watching this as like anyone else watching this would be. And so his reactions as he got worse and worse, as Phil got worse and worse, and he got like more and more fed up, those are genuine to me. I feel like those were the most genuine emotions in that episode, because in that whole podcast, because you could see him getting really fed up when Phil would be like, okay, let me tell you a story first before I answer your question. You could tell him. So you could tell that's what he was going through. So I do feel that, he did go quite too far in the decompression stream, but I do feel like he had like fair reason to, because he came into it being, I'm going to be the person who doesn't know anything. And by the end of it, he was like, for fuck's sake. Yeah. So probably a lot to vent there.
I definitely don't think he took it too seriously. I mean, that's your job, man. I know it sounds stupid, but I mean, I don't want to. Sorry, Sir Moist. It's not that deep. But when your job is to do an entertaining interview, you got to get in there. You got to get in that mental, emotional feelings, let flow. And that's what he did. And he was like, he got frustrated. He let it out, man. He said, like, own your shit, and that's true, man. I mean, you gotta. At some point, you got to stop. That shit happens to everybody, but it's up to you to how much does it affect you, right? And at some point, if you just let it affect you forever, that's just you just lost to it, man. It's just like that owns you now, right? It does. The thing you're a victim about just owns you, right? And then that's not the way to be. So, Stray Beans, retract that quickly.
My feeling is the same as Richard Parker's that's just gone on screen there, that he's just literally sat through 5 hours of someone he's convinced is lying to him. And I guess that would, it would wear you down, especially when it's, that kind of, you're in that situation where you can't get out of it. You're stuck there with this person. Yeah, I guess psychologically it would wear you down.
And you can't pin him down. Every time you say, no, that's a lie, oh, mate, come on, let's explain this. He does this dance around it. So, I do feel like I should also quickly point out that victimhood mentality is a crucial part of a narcissist's like personal psychological build. They need to be the victim. They need to be the center of attention. They need all that sympathy and offers of support and help and all that. They need that. So it's going to be a part of Phil. It's going to be strong whenever he feels aggrieved, and he's going to feel aggrieved a lot because it's strong. So
every single thing. But Stray Beans has forever amnesty, because Stray Beans, you are the person that created Style in the Wild. So Stray Beans, more importantly, Stray Beans created Style in the Wild. So just respect, straight up respect for Stray Beans. If you say anything bad about Stray Beans, you're getting banned from now on. Okay?
What were the other takes? I've forgotten what the other things were.
Forgot those because the second one blew my mind too much. The third was about Phil being stuck. I mean, that's for absolutely true. WPIG was playing videos 10 years ago. It's the same thing. People are still complaining about what Phil's doing now. Can't take criticisms about anything. Anytime someone says bad, it's not his fault. I mean, it's been going on for literally 15 years. He hasn't changed one bit. And then that's what makes it funny, is how much he says he has changed now. It's like, that's all he talks about. All he talks about is how much he's changed. Like, he was dying to say that. Well, old Phil would do that, but new Phil, well, hold on a second. You said a joke about slave trade like 6 months ago. Well, that was something else.
I didn't see race. In fact, you're the racist for seeing race.
Yeah, he almost said that. Well, now you said it. Now you said it. Anyways, let's go. We got a legendary message coming up, Sam. Go ahead, Sam, please.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, here's big guy.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully. Hang on. Always does this. There you go.
Hey, guys. Just a couple thoughts from the interview style meltdown. First, is Phil really this delusional? He spent the entire interview providing no evidence and saying, if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't believe me either. Yet the next day, when Craig and the rest of them say they don't believe him, Phil somehow got mad at them for doing the thing Phil said he would do in their shoes.
Dude.
And somehow Phil called the interview unfair. The only explanation that Phil could come up with as to why they didn't believe him was that they had received emails from detractors, as if Phil didn't have 5 hours to present his side of the story. Phil really needs to look in a mirror if a 1-hour fake interview with a detractor was more convincing than a 5-hour interview with Phil. But we know he can't.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Phil asked why would he spend 5 hours on that interview if he was guilty? That's a good question, Phil. Why would an innocent person waste 5 hours of his own time on a podcast to not show any evidence of his innocence?
Big guy always brings the heat. Great point. I wouldn't believe it either. Why don't they believe me? That's beautiful, man. Beautiful thought, because it's just so fucking true. I wouldn't believe it either, Adam. Remember that? I know. It sounds weird. Then 2 days later, they didn't believe me. They didn't take anything from the other side. That's my favorite part. It's like when you have so much evidence of someone doing something bad, you don't have to take it from the 50-50, right? This outside party can see all the evidence that's presented and say, like, dude, that's not looking great. So I'm coming at this with all the shit I've seen, not looking great right now. But you can change it right now. You can change my thoughts. You have the power to change my thoughts right now. Go ahead. And then Phil just drops the ball every way possible and says, I didn't do that. I'm waiting for anything that's not, I didn't do that. Still haven't heard that. In the debunk stream and in 5 hours with Craig, I didn't do that, is what we're at. I didn't get a fair shake after filleting their interview prowess after the interview. Remember? Oh, it was very fair. They did great. I'm extremely thankful for their questions. 2 days later, I didn't get a fair shake. Okay. Seems good. Sound good?
You get a fair shake despite them going, Phil, look, we are offering right now to help you deal with this and put it to bed. I could testify on your behalf to everybody if you just show me this thing. And he's like, I need to check the feasibility. I'll have a conversation with my wife, and then I'll email you when I get, I'll get back to you for email on the next day or two if it's possible that I can maybe slightly do it. I'll check. I'll have to check about you.
Got a family to protect.
Yeah. Which my revealing of a username they will be in danger. It'll be like Liam Neeson in Taken. I'll come home from shopping on my day off, and they'll be gone.
Oh, dude, someone did a comment. Was it on this one? So I can't remember who it is. I'm sorry. Legendary comment. It said, the DDoS attack is coming from inside the house.
Oh, yeah.
I love that's my favorite theory. Cat just cut that wire.
Cut
it. Honey, we're dying. She pulls the cord.
That was absolutely him. He had a breather then, because they were pressing him on the $5,000 at that point, weren't they?
Yeah.
Before it.
But I love the fact that if that hadn't happened, the Keemstar section wouldn't have happened. He certainly wouldn't have got his own section in the podcast.
Oh no.
So he kind of, I love that little detail that he kind of fucked himself there.
And then
Keem lighting a cigarette, that was just fucking amazing.
Keem looked like the
I
best
am in control here.
He looked like the best businessman on earth. Like no one's touching his business prowess. It seemed that way for that interview because Phil was fumbling around like his gamer shirt on. Tight gamer shirt sitting back. Keemstar looking like cool as a cucumber.
Can I just say, Beyond the Capsule has just said, Phil thinking that interview went well was like Prince Andrew thinking the Epstein interview went well. That is spot on. That
pretty good.
Like absolute car crash interview for a member of the royal family. And he came away thinking, yeah, it went well. He did all right there, yeah. Absolutely wild.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was. Oh, sorry. You go.
No, go on.
I was going to agree again with Demetis. It happened just as they were making fun of him about the incident. So that lends,
right? Yeah.
That's a little clue that it might be Kat thinking you don't talk about this, Phil.
Yeah. He goes downstairs. He's like, "Look, okay, right. When I get back on, I'll get him back onto the $5,000." And then he gets there. He's like, "Oh no, Keemstar's on." Oh,
they talked about the 5,000 for like a second. And they're like, "All right, well, Keemstar's here, so let's do Keemstar."
I'd love to know. I'd love to know what was going on during that bit, the so-called DDoS, because that.
He freaked out. He freaked out. He had to have taken that moment to panic. Okay, I'll be okay. Don't worry. I'll go get it. I can deal with this. It's going to be fine.
Or did he just rip a minute-long snort? Oh my god!
Yeah, let it all out. Like.
Hang on a second. I've been holding this too damn long.
All the burps out.
Yeah. God.
I would like to also say to Big Guy's last point, Phil talked for the same reason that guilty people will talk to the police during interrogations without a lawyer present, because they think they can get out of it. They think they're good enough to talk their way out of whatever it is they're being interrogated over. And Phil absolutely thought he would be able to handle that. He was completely unprepared, and he had no idea of like the actual limits of his ability to handle and manipulate people. So he went in overconfident and underprepared, and they wiped the floor with him. But he kept going because he couldn't accept that he was losing, and he couldn't talk his way out of this. He just kept talking and talking and talking. At any point in like, this was a true crime thing, it would have ended long ago with like, at this point, the suspect should have called for a lawyer.
Yeah. Like, you sure you don't want a lawyer? The police are saying that to the suspect. Listen, it's gone to hell here. You sure you don't want a lawyer, dude? We can keep going if you want, but we literally think you should get a lawyer, sir. No, I'm fine. You guys are being very fair. Thank you. All right, we got to get rolling, Sam, on some shit here because the time has flew by tonight, as it always does.
Yeah.
But I think we have 2 bits to play. You want to play one of those? We got a few bits.
Let's do it.
Not for me. Don't blame my ass.
Are they videos or is it just?
I think audio. Only audio. Yeah.
Cool. Oh yeah. Right. We're getting to this. This is Alex Jones, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, here we go.
Alex Jones back in the house. This is the 4th episode, my friends. 4th episode.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Sorry everyone if you're not caught up, but
sorry.
What can you do?
It's not our responsibility. Nothing we can
We've got
do.
a lot of people that want to know what happens next, so here we go.
I'm one of them. Come on.
Guys, it's Alex here. It's been a while, but there have been a number of things that have happened. First off, I managed to escape the demonic horse. After chasing me for several days around the city, we passed a stop sign, and it just stopped in front of it, no longer chasing me. It's possible it might still be stuck there. I used this opportunity to escape. Over the next few days, I went through the other external hard drives I managed to grab from the closet. What I have found in them is shocking.
Now, this shocks me.
I was going to call the police, however, it has come to my attention that the police would not help, just like they would not help with Phil and his identity being stolen. So I called Taco Bell instead. While they were sympathetic to the situation, they informed me that they did not have enough evidence to do anything further. They would also not deliver to my location. I had lost all hope when I suddenly received a strange phone call.
Alex, it's the Big T Man. Listen, I heard you speaking to Taco Bell. I was waiting in line for some of those nice Mexican-style tacos. We need to talk. I'm sure you can recall that I had Phil doing some diplomatic missions. Big mistake. I had to get rid of him after he introduced himself to the president of South Africa as...
My name is Nick Gurr.
They were nice enough to let that slide, but when it came to discussions around trade deals, Phil just held up a piece of paper marked in crayons and said loudly,
Contributions keep things going, and contributions are essential. Contributions are mandatory.
They asked to see it, but Phil would not hand it over. He just kept waving it about and explained how his family was in danger and that the ants were ready to take his home. But that's not the main problem. Look, before Phil left, he got hold of some classified documents around the multiverse. Alex, did you watch the interview with Side Scrollers? Funniest shit I have seen. I've never seen someone talk so much and say so little. I thought I was good at that, but Phil is on another level. Anyway, I think he is going to try to access the multiverse to double his wells and see if he can find some bank statements that line up to his story, but I don't think they exist in any reality. Alex, I need you to stop him. The world is depending on it. Now I have to go. Taco Bell have my order ready, and the police are about to arrest me for the time I paid a porn star to peg me while wearing a Cyrax mask.
That settled it. I knew I had to stop Phil. If he got any more well than sending him money, he might go up a rank in WWE champions. I was not sure how I was going to get back into Phil's house. Luckily, a large black man called Tyron let me in. Very friendly guy. He went back into a side room, and from the sounds of it, beat up a horse. After some looking around, I found Phil in one of the rooms somehow. He had done it. A large portal-like device built out of discarded paper plates and held together by some like sticky-like substance stood next to the wall. The portal looks active. It also looks like Phil is speaking with someone on the other side. I'm going to try and get close to see what Phil is saying.
You rush in, all right? You slam the door closed, hit that little latch, drop trowel, you go on, you plop down, and you just start unloading turds. But as you're doing it, you realize there's a noise. It goes, you're like, what? And you look down, and there was turds on the seat. And you crushed on top sofa, but you can't stop because you're like, oh.
As usual, more scat. I will try and get close to Phil to stop him and wait. What?
Hello, Alex.
Derek, you son of a bitch.
Yes, it is I, Derek. I knew you would come for Phil, Alex. But did you know that the Golden Gate Bridge was built
over 4 years from January 1933 to May 1937.
I really do not give a fuck, Derek.
Furthermore, the reason the bridge is wet is because... I need to take this phone call. Hello? Uh-huh. Okay. I'll let him know, Mom. Okay, bye. Hey, Phil! Mom says she'll send the $20 over the next stream, okay?
Thanks,
Oh
Derek.
my God.
I appreciate that.
It was at this point that Alex, mustering all his reach, ripped off his shirt and picked up Derek. Using the power of Alpha Brain, Alex threw Derek at the portal, hoping to destroy it. Unfortunately, Alex's aim was shit, and Derek was thrown inside a window that still had no blinds attached.
Fuck, I missed.
Derek is taking over. Have a good night, Derek. See you later.
Phil, do not fucking move. It's time you answer to Lady Justice.
Ooh, women! Women! I gotta get out of here.
Shit, he went through. I have no other option. Pray for me that Big said podcast. I'm going to follow him through the cum portal.
And so both Alex and Phil went through the cum portal, not knowing where it goes, but one thing is for certain. God help those on the other side from those two.
Dude.
Oh no! Wake up, go to McDonald's, buy the dollar menu double cheeseburger. What the?
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Oh my God, dude. Dude. Oh my God.
Where'd you start?
What can you say, man? I stand for you. That's all I can say. Is you are an incredible human being, and you should be proud of every decision you made to lead to this point. Because you are a legend. Everyone understands that. Everyone knows that. No one's questioning that you are a legend right now. No one. And I want you to remember that. Put that on your gravestone. That was incredible. There's so many points that we can point out. The windows that still don't have blinds on them. Like, not a single chance at a joke was skipped. Oh my God.
Cheeseburger.
Man.
Art. Just art. It's like a radio place. Like I listen to like Radio 4 or something, and it's on after the Archers. It's just
not
it's got
like,
sound effects and everything.
Yeah, going to the cum portal and they'd be like, whoop. It said Derek's phone, Derek's ringtone was Pornhub.
Derek's ringtone.
Oh man, dude, I want to replay that, but it's 6 minutes, guys. So don't worry, I'll get it on YouTube. I promise tonight. Tonight I'll go above and beyond. I'll just stay in the office as long hours. It takes me hours to do that. I got to set up the YouTubes, upload it to YouTube's, babysit it. It takes me hours, but I'll get it up
hope
tonight.
It picks a good thumbnail. Count it on yourself.
Yes, I'll put up a YouTube tonight. Be on my Twitter tonight. Okay, I promise that. That's a stone cold promise. That was that. I hope you get everything you want in life, sir, because that is incredible. You earned it. You earned it. The ants are going to take over his house. Don't forget about that. Don't forget about Kat, by the way. She got stopped at a red light, and I think she's still there. She's still standing there.
I assume she got back because Tyrone opened the door. So.
Oh, yeah, Tyrone. Yeah, very nice gentleman.
Very nice.
All the past Alex calls are on my Twitter. I'll make it easier to find, though, I promise. I'll put on the YouTube. I'll put all the past ones in the description. I promise. I'll go above and beyond. Seriously, above and beyond. I'm going to take me all night, but I'll do it. Promise. Anyways, somehow we have to go to our next message.
This man does not sleep.
When this thing ends, when this whole Alex Jones saga ends, it needs to be like one long video.
Yes, and we pay Pixar Animations $1 million to make it a movie, and then we put it. Then we're on Broadway. We got a playing on. It's going to be insane. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be.
It'd be awesome to have like Pixar and then
Darksy doing the designs of the characters. And...
Who you thinking of?
and the hospital emergency video.
Oh yeah,
Crimson King,
Crimson King. Oh, Crimson King. Yeah.
To have like different animators for different sections. You know how
Yeah,
sometimes you have like people remaking films and they have like 5 seconds each or whatever.
Yeah.
Once
Like
we
Akira, where they did Akira, but with the Simpsons, and each page was done by like a different artist.
Yeah.
So,
That's it. Once we get to our, that could be our 500,000 subscriber special. So just stay tuned for that.
What was the million?
That's the European meetup, I think.
Oh yeah,
European style party meetup. So we all meet up, and then the 10 million was.
King, thank you.
I think 10 million was. Oh, big guy is our fact checker. That's our 10 million subscriber special.
We chain him up in the basement.
We're gonna hire a lot of people. We got Darksea too. I think Darksea's gonna be hired at our 1 million subscriber special. So we got a lot of people to hire. We got to get a whole team going here, but we got a few million subscribers to that point. But let's get to the next message. Oh, there we go. Legend in the house.
What's my headphones now?
Notice he's not scratching Steve. That's because he loves Steve.
We get the real Alex Jones to play himself. Yeah.
He's hard on his luck. Yeah. All right, let's go next message, Sam. Brad in the house.
Here is Brad Burnian.
Hi everyone, Brad Burnian here. It's been quite the week, as you all know, and so I wanted to try and ask a question. I'm hoping someone will be able to answer for me. Part of the reason I think why all of us were so cynical about the Side Scrollers interview initially, there was a tiny bit of it towards Craig specifically, just with some of the things he said that seemed a little red flaggy that, obviously later turned out to not really mean anything. But mainly, all of us were so cynical because we know exactly what DSP is like, and we know what he's willing to do and what not to do. And so when once it became clear this was going to be an interview rather than a regular Side Scroller show, and it was said that, no question will be off the table, blah, 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 Phil will be an open book, etc. It's like, well, no, because that's not who Phil is. If Phil genuinely thought that's what this was going to be, then he wouldn't be agreeing to it. And so it just it seemed impossible to get what we got in the end. It seemed like something that could just never happen because Phil would never allow it to happen. And so my question is just, what do you think Phil was expecting this? How did he expect this to go? Because did he just not believe it would be an open interview? Did he think it was like a wink wink from Craig that it'd be a softball thing? I don't know. I don't understand how this happened, but golly gosh, I am so glad it did. All right, bye.
All right, go ahead, Sam. You take this one first.
I think, like I said on Sunday, he thought that the beginning of the interview and the cringy section he did at the end of the Patreon bit was the kind of vibe it was going to be, and he also thought that him blaming detractors and dancing around everything would be good enough. And I don't think he anticipated, because he has such a lack of human interaction, I don't think he anticipated that wouldn't be enough. If that makes sense. Like he's because he doesn't talk to people, and he has no experience of people biting back, and if they do, they're banned from the only social interaction he has other than his wife. So
I get that's a good point. It shows how delusional he is that he thought that it was going to be like that. Because I can tell you, man, when I talked to Craig, it was like when I saw that, Phil, what questions you want them to ask me? If you think it's going to be that, all right, Craig, all the answers here, throw them out, right? All the questions that are listed here, you throw them out, because if you want the interview to be entertaining, I'm not trying to say gotcha moment. That's not what Craig was in it for, any gotcha moment at all. But if you want to have a boring interview, ask the questions the person 100% is going to expect. That's in any field, right? Okay, that's how boring interviews happen, is when you ask questions they're going to expect and they prepare for. So like all those listed questions that people ask, I was like, all right, Craig, those are the ones that you got to erase. And now we got to get to the ones he's not prepared for. But it takes a special person to not understand that was going to happen, right? You have to that's why Phil's special. I guess he thought literally Craig was going to be like, so what happened? Where did the load go? Let's talk about games now. That literally I thought was going to happen. Are you serious? Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, credit to Craig, because he did like open it up quite soft and let sort of Phil think, oh, actually, this might not be that bad. I can quite easily handle these questions. They're not pushing too much. I'm all right here, actually. Let him settle into that idea and let him open himself up just a little bit, and then boom, pressed him on stuff. So it was great for Craig. He did that really well, set it up really well, and Phil just blundered right into that trap. But I genuinely want to know what Phil thought it would be like as well, because he seemed to get like really, really upset before the interview that they were going to ask him questions. And it's like, what did you expect them to do? Have you ever been on another podcast? Because that's like how conversation flows on these things. There's like a couple of people, they're all talking about a thing, and it's like, you ask them questions. So, hey guys, this new thing's happened. What do you think of it? What do you think of it? How about you? Well, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Actually, I think this. How does he think? Like, does he genuinely think he'd get there and they'd be like, so Phil, the old arcade games were great, weren't they? Let's talk about like being in the arcades in 92, 94. Well, like Street Fighter. It's popular, wasn't it? You were good at it, yeah. Let's talk about that time we had a convention. Yeah, it's going to be great, isn't it? Did he think it was that? Did he think it was genuinely going to be that? Because I don't know what else he expected.
Somewhat, yeah. I think that's, and I think that's that's definitely what he wanted. I think, and that's what I think that's the thing he's most disappointed about, isn't it? Or, well, maybe not now, but that he wants to be able to sit on a podcast and just do that. But he's because of the way he is, he'll never get that opportunity.
He doesn't see how far from that he is, does he? He doesn't see like the next. If I decide to continue doing interviews with people, the next few are going to be like this. It's going to be like this for quite a while. You are a long way from being able to just sort of like say Judy and Darksy to just jump on here on Sunday and be just chatting and stuff. He's a long way from that.
That's done, right? It's done. I think he's past that. And he still blames, though. He will blame everyone else for that why he can't do that. That's the part where it's just that's Philip Burnell. He thinks it's not his fault that it can't be normal. While all the while we know it's 100% because of his actions why it can't be normal in so many ways. It wasn't even about the begging either. Like the begging was like, I mean, that's a part of it. It's always the underlying factor of Phil, but there's so much more than just begging. That's why it's like, okay, like listen to this. There's one person we're all making fun of in the end, and like no one feels bad about it. 1%. There's 0% chance to feel bad about it because of the despicable person he is, right? And repeatedly shows examples of it, not just to normal people, but to his fans, to his wife, to himself, his family. It's just, it takes a special person to endlessly. No one feels like we shouldn't make fun of him. No one, right? Except for maybe Al Wright in chat right now. Who's Phil's out there? I'm a fan of your work, Al, by the way.
Like every now and then, when talking with other people on Twitter, you get it. You get like, if it was anyone else, I feel bad for him. But because it's Phil, you can't. You know what's gone into this. You know all the decisions that he's made that have led up to this, and you know how much of an absolute dick he's been to his mates and his relatives and his friends and even his partners. So you can't feel sympathy for him. You just know there's just nothing but poison underneath this sweaty, greasy vest.
And nothing else needs to be said. That if you okay, I don't want to get into that shit again, but like bringing up the wife, man, that really gets that's fucked up, man. Nothing else to say, but that's a fucked up individual. That's not a husband. That's not what a husband does. I'm not talking about man or all that bullshit. Just husband or significant other. You don't do that, man. That's incredibly fucked up to bring nonsense that does not have to be brought up. And then he tried to blame fucking Adam for that. Adam told me to bring that up before the interview. No, he didn't.
That's how you know he had the list. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because Phil was like, should I talk about this? And what Adam, before the interview goes, you're like, yeah, that sounds good. Whatever. Adam's getting in the mindset of yeah. Say whatever you want. You know how that is.
Yeah.
You have to listen. You're not man enough to say what you want to say and don't say what you don't want to say. Just blame it on Adam. That's easy, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, but like even partway through that, when he's like, well, I guess I have to talk about this now. I really didn't want it. But they're like, Phil, don't. If you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to talk about it. And then right at the end where they're like wrapping up and be like, right, well, it's been a long interview. Do you think, is there anything else you want to mention? Or, do you think that we've covered everything? Like they're giving him an out at that point to say, no, that was great. That was a great interview. It really did well.
Yeah.
But instead, because he has his list of things he wants to mention, he mentions Cat and he mentions Grooming Panda.
Both got into
Why?
Unbelievable.
So
I don't want to be known as a groomer, guys. Beggar, that's cool. Groomer, though, that's where I draw the fucking line. All right, let's go to Iviga, Sam. We got to get a few more messages in here.
Yes.
We can't do this every week. We're a week behind. We got to have a recap.
Yeah, at some point we will.
Yeah.
So, from what I have deduced from watching all the Phil content as of late, due to the fact that he got shat on by the Side Squirrels podcast, even though he called them fair and said that everything about it was great, as soon as he saw they were taking a shit on him on the aftermath or the decompression stream, I just think the whole thing is quite hilarious. And he wants to say that he's away from drama, but we all know that Dark Side Philip does not stay away from drama. He'll go right back into it, despite the fact that he says he's staying away from it.
Yes.
But
he already has.
I've noticed that throughout the entire interview that he did, he created more fake history, not only to try to pull the wool over their eyes, but to try to get in new customers. So, question I do have is, do you think that every time Phil gets on camera and tries to pull out of a sob story, he always seems to create a fake history? I mean, it's quite obvious he's a pathological liar, but I want to hear your guys' input on it.
Steve, sounds like you.
Yeah, because truth is malleable to somebody like Phil. He's whatever he needs it to be in the moment. Anything that, if it makes him look good, doesn't matter if it's true or not. If it makes him look good, he'll say it. If it makes him look like a victim when he needs to look like a victim, he'll say it. And then the next day when you ask him, he'll deny ever saying it. When he was, maybe a little bit embarrassed about like look how bad that is, guys. It's because my mum used to do my hair up until I was like 16 or 17. And then the next day he can be like, I never said that. I never said that at all. Of course, my mum didn't brush my hair till I was 16 and 17. And then, like, a couple of days later, he's like, yeah, look at that. Do you see how this is fucked up? It's because of my mum.
He can't even own that.
He needs. No, yeah.
Receding hairline, something that all of us are dealing with, or most of us are dealing with at some point. Can't even own that. Can't even own jacking off, as he's already said.
Hence the hat.
Yeah.
Hence the hats.
Oh, exactly. You know that. No, I did go hatless for my first flare-up show, so please. I did hear shit for that then, too. It's become shit on the LT show somehow. I don't know how this happened. I thought the host is supposed to be void of that, kind of the host guy. It's cool. Not
killing
here,
time until somebody actually donates a payday. That's all it is.
Exactly. But all right. Go ahead, Sam. Any thoughts on this before we get to our next message here?
Well, no, I mean, there's nothing much I can add. Certainly nothing that we haven't said before. The thing I made the video on, for the thing we put out on Twitter with the 3 different occasions of him contradicting himself. There's another prime example. And like I said at the time as well, there's so much more you can add to that video that, it's not just 3 times he's contradicted himself. He contradicted himself again on the interview.
Daily.
There's no, I don't think he's ever told the same story about that. What was it even about? The fucking.
Which one?
Well, yeah, exactly. But yeah.
Which one are you talking about?
The bank leaks.
Yeah.
Identity theft. Yeah. He just says whatever's convenient at the time, as Steve said.
And they knew too. They're like, no need for that. I love when they did that. They did like 2, 3, or 4 times. Like he was like, well, let me tell you a story about that. No. We asked the question. You want to answer that question, or you want to bring up more stories that don't have anything to do with this? Your call, though.
Yeah, it was even with like it almost sometimes seemed to be like when he was just going off and it was just boring. It was like, that was 10 years ago. We don't need to talk about that.
They kept Adam would like not hide his boredom either. He was just like, look, oh god. And Craig was trying to like stay stone faced looking at him, but like sometimes Adam would be like, oh god, motherfucker, this motherfucker. All right, let's go to our first ever caller, please, Sam. First ever caller into the show.
Yeah, Mario Faker.
God damn it.
Hey guys, it's Mario Faker here again with a quick question. One of my favorite Meerkat songs is Tyrone. I don't know how he was able to sing it without laughing. Anyway, I know of the Tyrone meme, but I don't know where it came from. I'm guessing it became a thing on Kiwi farms, but what nugget of truth did it spawn from? That's it. That's my question. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so chat can correct me. I just believe it is a very common urban style name that has become the chosen name. Kind of like that's my understanding, right?
It's just implying he's a cuckold, isn't it? Basically.
Yes,
It's
and like
just that.
that's the name we've come up with because it's a classic urban style name. There's very few white Tyrones, I think, is the joke. Could be wrong on that. Don't take me out of context.
That's my understanding as well. But let's focus on this super chat we had.
We're all out of time.
interesting super
We're
chat,
all
yeah.
out of time here. For you, the Big Bang was the most momentous thing that ever happened. For me, it was Thursday. Steve of the Dead, 2023. God damn.
My younger brother.
Yes, bro. Come on, bro.
I can't believe it. I'm still not over that. That was amazing last week when you had to watch it for the first time.
God, that was so incredible. That was
He thought
magical.
he was so funny. He thought he was going to be
His
so
two prepared jokes were the worst jokes of all time, possibly the worst jokes of all time in recorded history.
just awful. Like out of nowhere as well.
Out of
He didn't have to do it.
nowhere. And he also snuck in some massive narcissism. Like for you, you're going to be talking about this show for a while, right?
Oh,
That was the talk up.
Me. It was Tuesday.
Oh, speaking of bloody narcissism, that thing he said, was it yesterday about the show would be nothing without me? The Lolcow podcast.
Yeah.
We'll get into that
you're
on
right.
Sunday. But...
You're right, but that's not positive. That is not positive. You're the craziest fucker in the world, so that would make a good podcast to hear you talk about normal stuff. If people say that, it's not good, right? It's not like you're Joe Rogan and people care about your thoughts about everything. It's they want to hear how crazy it will get each week. That's the only reason they want you. And because you're triple, quadruple as crazy as Boogie and Wings combined, they need you for the show to work. If you guys aren't that interesting without that, right? It's not that cool if it's just Boogie and Wings. They're halfway normal. Might say normal in some ways. Phil, though, is not normal in any
far
way.
more normal than Phil. Like at least they get out and see other people. Jeez.
Yes, they do. They do have lives, and Phil still work PetSmart, Costco, Fred Meyer sometimes, DoorDash drivers that don't speak English that he yells at and hates.
The doctor,
guys, that
woodland creatures.
He was complaining about like I've got one cat. How do I spend so much? It's like, why do you go to Costco? Get like your cat food and litter from Costco. That's what I do. It's really cheap.
He's very busy. He has errands. He has many errands to do every day. 3 stores.
Can't be getting like the cat food and paper plates at the same time. No, gotta get the bowls.
Nuts?
Yeah,
what are you
that's
nuts?
important. Can't go down that other aisle.
Yeah, exactly. He has many errands and he has many chores as well. He has chores in the morning and chores at night before he goes to bed.
And his wife helps with none of them.
Oh no,
she can't pick up groceries when she's on her way home from her job at the supermarket. No,
that wasn't part of the agreement. So. She was promised a house, a TV, a game system, and that's it.
And all the appliances she can break.
Exactly. Look, hey, how dare you? Hold on a second. I don't agree with that one. All right, Can Sad has, hey guys, I can't help but notice there's something wrong with one side of Phil's face, perhaps the way his mouth moves, almost like a stroke. Yeah, that's a bit of theory. Ludwig World Order, by the way, I was going to bring this up into my notes. You didn't have to remind us, but I will say it anyway. Just dropping a note. My Elden Ring video is premiering after this, so please go check it out. I'll drop the link in the end of the show. Don't worry, I was ready for you, Ludwig.
How
Don't worry,
did you get
I'm
it?
your boy. I'm your boy. Elden Ring video is going to be
like
hype.
20 hours long or something. Fucking hell.
I'm your boy. Come on, I got
Elden
you.
Ring playthrough just went on.
And
Guys, I'm so
back to it
excited to
as
play
well.
Elden Ring. Let's talk for like another hour and a half and have a Q&A before I start playing it. But I can't wait to play it. It's going to be great.
And that's like Ludwig's like wheelhouse is those kind of games. Like, this is how you don't plays. He makes them hype and he spends a lot of fucking time on them. And it's tough to make new games hype in this how you don't plays, guys. This is the world we're in now because of fucking chat. Hell, ain't holding the whole fucking way. But Ludwig still puts the work in to make them hype. And I appreciate that, my friend. So definitely go check that out after this for sure.
Yeah, and strap in everyone because he's about to do New Game Plus.
Oh, whoa. That's going to be meaningful.
That is going to be meaningful, yes.
That's robust.
It is, yes. They've added ray tracing to it now as
Whoa!
well.
Whoa! Yo!
Whoa! Hey! Whoa! whoa, I did a shit. Did a shit out my ass. You have to add that somewhere. Phil birthday chill tacular's coming up, and he said Cat is baking a cake. Taking bets now, does Cat burn the cake? No Zaku boy coming in hot with that prediction. I say no because I'm always on her side. Let's be honest.
I say no, but he's not going to be able to finish the slice. Do you remember the peanut butter cake?
Oh, get the cake bites. Remember those are
Oh, it's lovely, guys. Oh.
cake bites are magical. I'm pretending to remember. I always imagine that his eating doesn't exist in the universe, but when I have seen the shit stills, the cake eating bites or something like he's had some anger on the fork. Like the fork is Tyrone. He's taking out his anger on that fork. Size envy there, prong envy maybe. Anyways, let's play one more message, Sam, and then we got to get to. Let's do Fillionaire. Actually, it's less than a minute, I think. So let's get to Fillionaire real quick. Another person always puts a lot of work into it. Let's play it.
Yes, let's play with Regis Phil.
Hello again, and welcome back to America's favorite detractor themed game show. Who wants to be a? What? We're not? No, that's fair. Snood did a good job. Okay. Welcome back to America's second favorite. Oh, okay. Are we third? Okay. America's third favorite detractor themed game show. Who wants to be a Fillionaire? Before we start our game, let's just go over the rules one time for everyone at home. First, our host will ask a question, then providing 4 different answers for our panelists to choose from. At that point, our panelists will pause and discuss with each of them choosing the answer they believe to be correct. They will not engage in any of that let's each take one letter, this way someone gets it right no matter what nonsense, because they did that the first time and I really didn't like it that much, so now it's against the rules. Tough shit. All questions will always be open to all 4 panelists unless indicated otherwise, and we haven't really gotten far enough as to figure out how we're going to do that yet, so it probably won't be for a while. Sound good? Fantastic, because I didn't leave myself enough time for an actual question. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Alright, so I get Snood being first, but who's second? What do you mean, who's first? No, you just said Snood was first. Who's...
Oh, no time for a question. No time for a question. I like that. Everyone chooses one, so one of us gets it right nonsense. That's fair. Very fair. Very fair.
That was good. I'm happy about that.
Regis Philgin, by the way. That's Regis Philgin. Regis Philgin. We love it. Okay, Samuel, let's pop through one more message, please.
Do you mind?
Let's hear from...
Super Chipper's only 24 seconds.
Yes, let's give it to him. He's just reached 5,000 subscribers on his channel.
Yeah,
let's bring him down a few notches.
Yeah.
Scuffer.
Is this now clout chasing?
Clout chasing.
Right, here we go.
Well, that being said, this is Super Chuffer. What do you think Kat made of the interview? How do you think she reacted to it and the subsequent fallout? Do you think Phil has been selling her the concepts over dinner? Do you think they're allowed to talk about it in the house? Do you think it might have changed her mind about anything? What do you think Kat thought of the interview?
Come here.
Oh.
Okay, I'll handle this one, boys. We're short on time. That's a good question. I think Phil just pig-explained everything. So like, it went well for him, and she tells her the same thing, and she just agrees with it. What else could it be, right? If she didn't believe his shit, she wouldn't be there, I don't think, right? No matter what. Even all that nonsense with Subaru and stuff. Like, if she didn't believe any of the shit, she wouldn't be there in the first place. So I hope so, at least. I hope she's at least... If she knows what he does and she doesn't believe it, that's really sad, man. She's living in a house with him. That's the saddest outcome. So I'm pretending she is pig-nosified and thinks that Phil's a good person somehow, but it's wishful thinking. I admit that.
God, it's like sad that's like the good option, isn't it? You know, like that she's in a relationship where she's being basically lied to and gaslit and all the rest of it. And the other option is she just doesn't have the capacity to make her own mind up.
The skin's too sad. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go to a few more calls. Too sad. One more call. Let's go to Kaiser if you don't mind. Let's clear it out. Let's speed run this. Go ahead, Kaiser.
Okay, it's Kaiser.
Hello, sirs. Kaiser Augustus on behalf of the Dinner World Order here. First of all, I used to be kind of, a skeptic of Steve's theory that we would be getting a mental breakdown saga out of Phil sooner rather than later, but after the spit roasting on the interview, I'm all on board. Speaking of Steve, how are you going to edit part 1 of 63 of the interview?
I don't know.
Video that you're gonna make down to a mere 19 hours. I'm very interested. Second of all, I'm getting that groove back. I'm getting that vibe back. I'm ready for fun stuff. I hope you guys are ready too. The tractors are eating good ever since the interview, and it's only going to get better. How do you feel about that? Speaking of eating good, what did you guys have for dinner?
No,
I
fuck
had
you.
a Wiener Schnitzel with mashed potatoes and cabbage on the side.
Fuck you.
Yes.
Everything was
Thanks,
good to the
Kaiser.
end. Thanks, Kaiser. I ate the same exact thing. What a coincidence. But we are definitely enjoying ourselves here, Kaiser. You're a legend. I love the getting the groove back.
I like that you cracked up while saying it. I couldn't keep the lid on it.
Kaiser's always a legend. Let's get
I
to
don't know how
Yeah.
I'm going to edit this.
Steve, I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do. But seriously, like I know everyone says it for the meme, but this is like
Yeah,
legit.
yeah, I know.
Like 5 hours is like you got to break it. I mean, normally when you have like an hour of content, you could still make it like 4. You got 5 here, so I don't know what you're gonna do.
They're thinking
Good
of
luck.
doing it like a Jim Can't Swim style analysis of like if it was a police interview or something like that, because they were that forensic with it.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be sweet. That'd be sweet.
But yeah,
I know what would be hilarious but I also would want to watch your actual video, so I don't think you should do this, but it would be hilarious if it was like 5 seconds long or something, and it was like
Well, April 1st is coming up. You know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Just put
Yeah,
he needs
yeah.
help.
yeah. Yeah, he needs help, yeah, or just like that was good, wasn't it?
2 words: get therapy.
Yeah.
All right, Sam. Let's do Lars. Get him in here.
Yep.
Lars, King of the Ring finalist.
All right, I'm coming to you post Fallout, post reactions to reactions, post everything a week later. And I just have to say, I was bothered so much when Phil reacted to Adam's glorious rant about him. He said, and I quote, he wanted to give Adam the most uninformed man of the year award. And my brother in Christ, you sat with him for 5 hours and informed him. If he is not informed enough for you after a 5-hour direct conversation with you, then no one will ever meet your standards of being informed enough on you. Phil is gone. It reminds me of in Star Wars when Anakin's like, "You have turned her against me," and then Obi-Wan is like, "You have done that yourself." It's like, how can he not understand that his 5 hours of weaselly non-answers and deflection and ridiculousness radicalized these people against him more than any detractor video ever could? I mean, it's his fault, and if he doesn't see that, there's just nothing left in his brain. He's just fully delusional, and he'll never change. If this didn't make him change for the better, nothing will. And honestly, that just kind of makes me sad.
Good. Hey, Lars, you're right. You're right. You're so right.
You're right, but don't feel sad because ultimately, like we said before, it's Phil. This is
Yes.
he's made his own bed. He can lie in it, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like he's pig-nosified himself, right? That's the thing. He's so in the sauce that literally he thought like he can still say that with a straight face. How come they didn't? They're the least informed people on earth. You had 5 hours to say your case when they gave you all the runway you wanted. All the runway. It's not like they were annoying. Like, how some annoying people are annoying with interviews. They like change the subject and go that. It's the opposite of that. It's like, all right, you want to go with this story? Here's the chance if you want to say anything else. Okay, no, I mean, if you don't have to believe me,
Yeah.
I agree with you. But here's why I don't agree with you. Okay, so just say whatever the fuck you want. Lars bringing the heat. All right, let's keep going.
Interesting comment from the Sid quickly. The guest today said he was sympathetic to Phil until he saw the interview, which is again, the whole point.
Because if you don't know, that's what people that think we're crazy. Because like, oh my god, they talk about Phil all day. They don't know, But if you learn, the more you learn, the more you're like, oh yeah. Just like Chew. Chew was like, are you having a podcast about another dude? It's just that are you fans of him? I was like, no, hold on. We're not fans of him. It's a little different story. And she's like, that seems kind of mean. And like everyone thinks that legitimately because it is sound mean. But if I showed you a video, I showed her fucking El Crimson King a funny way. He's like, he really did that? Like, yes, he really did that. He said, give her a pill. And she was like, that was it for her, just that. And I was like, that's the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah,
that's the tip of the whatever.
Yeah. It's nice to hear these perspectives. Yeah, exactly. Like it's nice to kind of hear it sometimes, from another perspective. You've got people like him who don't really watch Phil saying, okay, yeah, I get it. And you've got Keemstar saying the same thing as well. I understand now. I want to know everything, It's just kind of
that was part of the fun for me. It was part of the reassurance of, look, these are people who are not in this, recognizing what we're saying. So it's really not us being like too far into this or being mean or being unfair or whatever. It's legitimate. People who aren't in this recognize what we are saying. They recognize the same things that we do.
Yeah,
exactly. So,
and it doesn't make making content about it is a little different, right? You're the special kind of person that want to do that, right? But if everyone can see it, if you watch the interview, you're like, what the fuck, man? This is something else. And like it kind of, like you guys said, it made you feel kind of like not validated. I don't need validation, but it's like we're all kind of on the same team of understanding here. Like, holy shit, man, this person exists. It's like wild. And Keem said it right. I like when Keem said that. I understand now why there's all these people here, because they don't want you to get away with all the shit you're trying to get away with. They understand that just lying to people is not cool. And that makes people like, I don't want you to get away with that. I don't care what anything happens to Phil, but I'm saying like people should know how crazy lying you are doing, what crazy lying you're doing right now.
Yeah,
like people should know that. Like and it was so easy to see during the interview. That's why that dude could see right through it, man. It's so easy to see through the nonsense. But, all right, Sam, you want to try to burn? I can burn through. I can burn through. I've earned some new Attack on Titan goods.
Dropping a bomb.
Attack on Titan goods were released at this shop. She can handle it. Go to Jason though. Jason and Brad. That'll be the last two.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Jason
and Brad, last two.
Didn't we hear this already? Oh, hang on. This is going to be something different.
Something else. You want to make what will it be? What do you think it's going to be?
I'll
go with gin. Okay, I was going to say gin too. What's your bet, Steve?
I'm still thinking tequila. Oh, I don't know. We've had tequila, haven't we?
Yeah, it won't be tequila.
Yeah, I think I'm going for gin again. Yeah.
Okay. We all say gin. Chat, get your bets in now. What's it going to be? Salt would be a good one. I'll still say gin though.
Do you think it's going to be whale tail?
Oh, that's a good one. Ants.
Not grey whale.
So many options.
I love that we have to hear the whole thing.
I keep thinking it's from Plot. I hate you, Jason.
Burger.
Throwing me.
Here we go.
Eric, have a good night.
Great. Killer 72 said, Derek, you're the winner tonight. We'll send you an empty box of something later. I won't really do that.
A left field though.
Pretend I'll send you a empty box. Barrett Wells, I think he needs to rebrand again and call it Here's the Thing with DSP. Yes, I agree. Yeah, we should have done a poll. So, yeah, next time we'll do a poll. We'll start the song, do the poll, and then see what happens. All right, last call of the night from Brad Burnian, and it's a Theo theory. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Hi, Brad Burnian again. Just got a quick Theo theory I want to throw out there before I forget. In relation to something Phil said years and years ago about when he went to the police because of death threats, etc. And, the police said, oh, we don't deal with that. They just deal with, child trafficking or whatever. But that apparently, allegedly, the police said to Phil, if you ever, are afraid for your life and are really, scared, call us 911, which I just think that's a stunning line from Phil that they just, they had to tell him the emergency services number. Right, okay. But my theory is that number, 911, was written down on that bit of paper that Phil keeps, with all his bills and that. And I think the reason why he didn't want to, show the paper to the camera fully was because he was afraid he might dox the police, perhaps. I don't know. If it's true, it's not,
You had the number on there. Whoa, don't want to dox the police. Hang on. Okay, 911. I'm covering it. Look, guys. I like that idea. Go and write that down.
Brilliant moment, though.
Pay my bills for the next month. Pay my taxes. Eat lunch.
In case of emergency.
Call 911. Man, there's so much shit, man. That's such an amazing moment. That's one of 1,000 we pointed out tonight. Make that interview so incredible. But all right, we have to end it now. I do want to keep my marriage going as long as possible. Very meaningful. Don't want to get depression. I don't want to masturbate. I definitely don't want to masturbate. So I gotta stay not depressed. I don't want to start to that. Don't go to that evil. But lots of business style. I think we shout out every super chat. But if I missed one, I sincerely apologize. You were all legends. Oh, Civilization here. DSP says that charity contributions should be kept private, but then does his best to publicize his apologies after the interview to get credit. And you're right about that, my friend. Monetary contributions only, I guess, should be kept behind the scene. Of course, he's very. I'm not religious, but I hold on to religious beliefs. It makes sense if you don't think about it.
I use my religion as a shield. That's it. That's
exactly. Next shield. First, we got the cat shield, then we got the family shield. We got there's so many shields he has. It's a whole armory. Business style. He's got to get up his
crafting skills somehow.
Business style announcements. After this, Ludwig video is going live. Go watch Ludwig's video tonight. Here is the chat here. Here's the link. Go watch Ludwig World Order, a true legend. Tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Rambo Bambo on the other channel, which is WPIG. Go follow that shit and enjoy. I have Snood and Indrid in there, and they're going to be with me there. Links for that as well. And then I'm going to be on their show after that. So go watch that. And Sunday, Duty Streams and Darkseid Phil coming in hot. It's going to be amazing. You're going to lose your minds. Best weekend of your life. Starts on Friday, so get hyped for that. Lose your minds. It's going to be insane. Final words, Steve, go ahead.
Just still processing everything. So we're going to be here for a while talking about this.
Definitely.
Oh, God.
Sam, please send us home. Beautiful man.
Okay, let's do
turkey burger.
Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
That being said, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe, recommend to a friend, and if they stay as your friends without taking offense, we hope to see you again someday.
Hey, did you know this song isn't from Mario? It's a panic joke, don't panic, you know?
Yes, Derek, we know. Now go.
This one goes out to the one and only, the big cat, the fat cat. Big ups. I first saw you in Burger King. You took 2 seats 'cause that ass is way too big. Had a boyfriend, I realized, but you told him lies with your raccoon eyes. The DoorDash is here. Wipe away your tears. Got you extra fries, and they taste just right. Have no fear. There's no trolls here. Devin made you cry with those raccoon eyes.
I actually don't think clicking like on a live stream helps at all. So it really doesn't matter if this stream gets 100 likes or 2. I don't think it affects it.
Devin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Take you power walking on the beach, feasting on some sushi like you were the queen. Let me run some errands while you sleep. I can watch you play Skyrim all day this week. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes.
In reality, like I tell you guys, every day when I wake up, that's the best day of my life. I feel like this next day is awesome. I have a beautiful wife who I love so much. She loves me and a family, Jasper, and you know the things we get to do together. You know, I definitely want more time with them and more family time. But I absolutely love my life today compared to how it used to be. Seriously, all those years back then, you'd be like, it's a whirlwind of crap. It was me. And by the way, I've told you guys about my past. I used to drink way too much. I would be drinking constantly, all the time, because I was so stressed out. Honestly, when I started with this whole thing, I was depressed many years ago, a decade ago. I didn't like my life or anything. And basically, liquor was the way to kind of get through that. It was, I hate my life. I hate who I am. So let me just drink it all away and just keep pumping out fucking YouTube videos. I don't have to do that shit anymore. Like, I'm happy with who I am.
Like, do you hear yourself right now?
Indeed, I do.